AI starts functioning 100%. But of course, you might have whipped it out by then and put the other one in. So, Siegfried, Gaius, Otto, Veneta, Seraph, Trantia, Praxis, and Tichelos cannot be healed by conventional means for another 4 days. Seraph's leg, that doesn't matter because she's fucked off. Mesmeron, Trantia, and Tichelos are all infirmary bound still. So, we'll make a start. After a little social interaction, Gaius and Canny cleaning up after their fight, Canny tried the lichen he found. That sentence made no sense, did it? Let me start again. After a little social interaction, Gaius and Canny cleaned up after their fight. That's maybe supposed to say. I've written the weirdest sentence. It's got etc. written in the middle of it. I don't know what that means.
Didn't I go for the trials after the fight?
You did.
You did, yeah. So I don't know what happened there. But anyway, Canny tried the lichen he found in the deep tunnels, which made his mouth glow green. Gaius visited Pench, giving him some medical supplies, before placing his fossilized egg and Speye's silver bell in his room, while Siegfried sought out Praxis, who guided the assassin in prayer, seeming to understand that Siegfried was going through something of a tough time, and offered to be his confessor in the future, but for now to hold on to his troubles until the next day. Von Morton then spent a few hours assisting Dr. Pench in the infirmary, where he was given a little something to help him relax. Back in his room, he took the Obscura and spent a few hours hallucinating bugs in his room, which, after shooting at a few times, he realised were merely a hallucination. The next morning, Gladstock took all the acolytes except Spring and Veneta to a remote temple, where Mesmeron instructed you each recount your sins, while blind priests carved the words of your wickedness into the flesh of Gaius Mortalis, turning them into tattoos using the blood of heretics as ink, and sealing the wounds with the heretics' ashen remains. The Inquisitor then proclaimed Gaius an eater of sin, and gifted him a disturbing-looking mace. On the journey back to the mansion, Canny and Siegfried bickered over the plasma pistol. Gaius gave Canny his meat hammer shotgun, maybe to placate him a little. Mesmeron then assembled the entire team and began to explain why she had brought you here to Desalium. She told you that although her methods were extreme at times, she justified them as a necessity, explaining that the Ordo Malleus faces foes against whom conventional weapons and tactics were almost useless. Otto revealed that the ship that brought Speyer to Desalium was not the Oath Unspoken, the vessel that had brought the orbs, but a frigate posing as a bulk trader known as the Lancium Delictum, a vessel registered to the rogue trader Serin Travius, whom Mesmeron knew as an acolyte of Felroth Gelt. Otto.
Why the fuck is there fireworks tonight?
I was just going to say, fucking fireworks. Otto showed the Inquisitor a picture of the vessel, which was clearly not a bulk trader, and Mesmeron immediately recognized it as the Peerless Fortitude, the vessel of Inquisitor Globus Verac. She went on to explain how her aim here was to prove her innocence, find the source of the Black Cylinder and the orbs, and hunt down Felroth Gelt. Gladstock asked her how she knew to come to Desalium to search for the orbs, and Mesmeron became confused, claiming that she had encountered them many years ago. Gladstock pointed out that this was not true, and how it contradicted other things the Inquisitor had said in the past about her time on Desalium. Mesmeron grew disorientated before collapsing. Gladstock rushed her to the infirmary, where Dr. Pench performed some tests and claimed the Inquisitor appeared to be remembering something, and that it seemed like she had been mind-wiped or tampered with in some way. With the Inquisitor out of action, Gladstock, speaking in a rather more normal way than usual, announced he was assuming command of the team, and that their mission was to continue searching for the sixth orb, and to figure out why Varac would send Speyer, and who it had been sent for.
Okay.
And then you, for some reason I missed it off, but you all did a few little bits and bobs around the mansion, I think, didn't you? Didn't you visit Missy, Alan?
Yeah, I went to visit Missy, did a bit of cooking practice.
Yeah,
and
I did log all that. I just haven't put it on the previously for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I made myself a delicious sandwich as well while it was all going
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
been noted.
I fell asleep half an hour before the end. I remember
You
seeing
did.
the clock.
All right,
I think you'd.
you missed me making a sandwich, man. It was delish.
Yep, it was a hell of a sandwich.
One
I
one
think
of the epic character building.
I think Gaius just went to bed or something. Anyway,
I think I did actually, which was perfect because I
Mm.
kind of drank myself to sleep in character and
Yeah.
out of character at the same time. It worked in perfectly. Really, to be fair, it did.
I don't
I, di-
think
I,
we.
I didn't miss out on anything because I did it all in character.
Yeah, I don't think we really did a great deal, did we? It
No,
was just
no, not really.
people doing little bits and bobs. There was nothing major, nothing story related. So
No.
I remember
just,
being drunk in character. The last thing I remember having a few more drinks and then sleep,
yeah.
and then waking up. I think
Well,
it was 12 o'clock.
I did record the last session, but for some reason it didn't pick up any audio. It was just video.
Rip.
But I've checked it tonight and it's working. It's picking up the audio. So right. So I think everyone went to bed. So your to-do list is still there. If you wanted to look at that at all, you can do anything you want really. Lady Pagny arrives in 2 days. The art gallery
Oh,
exhibition
no.
is in 9 days. You find yourself seated around the dining room table. The entire team of acolytes tucks into hearty breakfasts prepared by Missy and served up by Jeeves. Titulos still looks a little pale and sits awkwardly, occasionally rubbing at his wounds. Trantia looks worse still. A strange machine stands by her side, tubes connecting from her abdomen to the machine, which seems to pump her blood out of her body through the machine and then back in again.
Juicy.
Dr. Pench sits by her side, occasionally glancing at the readouts on the machine between mouthfuls of his breakfast. At the head of the table, Inquisitor Antonia Mesmeron's chair stands empty, as does Seraph's at her right-hand side. At the opposite end of the table, Gladstock sits for once, rather than standing to one side, and he studies you all as you eat. I realise some of you may be uncomfortable in taking orders from me. Tough. In the Inquisitor's absence, I am in charge, and it will remain that way until she awakens. Our objectives remain the same. Find the missing sixth orb, learn the origin of these orbs, and hopefully that of this black cylinder, which we hope will assist us in tracking down Gelt, proving the Inquisitor's innocence. Otto, I wish you to remain in the library, look into Varak, see if you can find a reason he may have a grudge against the Inquisitor, Seraph, or anyone else here. I'll provide you with the required access to gain entry to the Inquisitor's more classified files, and I want you to gather every scrap of information you can on the Oath Unspoken, the Lanxium Delictum, the Peerless Fortitude, Serin Travius, and anyone else who appears to be involved. See if there's something we've missed. Venetta, I believe you are skilled in the arts of automated cogitation algorithms. Venetta merely nods. I want something placed in the data streams of this hive, looking for anything that could give us a clue where the sixth orb has ended up. We know what they can do, drive people mad to the point of suicide, focus on the nobility, sanctuary records, that sort of thing. I'll leave it with you. Gaius, perhaps Justicar Drummond could be of assistance. He and Lady Mesmeron are acquainted after all, and while it is perhaps a good idea not to reveal everything to him, he is a man who can be trusted should we need him.
I will go make sure I go see him. Have a good chat to the man. He's a good man.
Excellent. The Inquisitor planned to reveal her deception to Lady Pagny when she came to dinner. She told me she intended to unveil herself as an agent of the God Emperor, and to recruit Lady Pagny, not as an active asset like yourselves, but more of a sleeper agent, poised within the high-ranking nobility. Lady Pagny's father is clearly a heretic of the highest order. This abominable intelligence of his must be neutralized, and we have enough evidence against him to move on him ourselves. However, the Inquisitor had planned on staying in the shadows for this one, allowing Lady Pagny to dethrone her father by bringing his heresy to light. I doubt the Apex Princes would complain too much at the lady jumping up the lineage order, considering the service she would be performing by disposing of her father. Canny, I know you wish to return home. This contact of yours could indeed be useful. You have permission to further that endeavour today if you wish. Take whomever you need to assist. although I desire acolytes Krasmark and Calamir to remain here. They have plenty to do.
No problem.
He addresses the rest of you. There's also the small matter of the sanctuaries. Thanks to the efforts of Agents Mortalis and Von Morton, the sanctuaries are aware of some, if not all of us. Two of the men who gave their lives for Mortalis's ceremony were undercover officers. They'd been watching the 13th hostel for some time. We can assume their disappearance will be noted. Our location has been reported, and that their superiors will send someone to investigate. We need to move the mansion. So must find a suitable location for the door. No one can easily get in without being invited, but that doesn't stop people lurking about outside, waiting to ambush us. Be on the lookout for new potential locations for the mansion. Even with the mansion moved, we can assume that the sanctuaries are aware of the identities of some of us. We need to do something about this. Our business here will be hampered if we cannot move freely about the city. Otto,
Wipe
we
them
need new
out.
credentials as well.
Wipe them out.
The sanctuaries. What do you mean wipe out the sanctuaries? I thought you were. I thought you were a
silence
cop. What? Silence
They're
them?
not cops. They're not cops. Silence them.
You're not making any sense. Are you sure you're feeling all right?
The sanctuaries are cops. They're basically the law enforcement and PDF.
I bet they're corrupt.
Some are.
Yeah, they're fucking corrupt. You can bet your
If
you can bet
they're
your bottom throne
following,
on that one.
trying to do away with good servants of the Inquisition, they must be corrupt by my instruction.
Well,
Men
maybe they don't know that we're maybe they don't know that
eyes.
we're inquisitors.
Yeah, but they're still following bad orders. Wipe
Gladstock
out
says,
anybody who knows.
Gladstock says, I believe Canny may be right. And Gaius, wiping out the entire sanctuary force of Hive Decilium would take more than even your formidable left arm.
Well, we could always
Yeah.
give it a go. I'm feeling ready to purge after my ceremony last night. My body's
Otto.
full of heat.
Otto,
See,
how many?
I'm not just a pretty face, you see.
Gladstock says, Otto, how many sanctuaries are there in Hive Decilium? And Otto says, well, actually, there are approximately 1.24 million sanctuaries stationed in and around Hive Decilium. And Gladstock just looks
Set me
back
an
at
afternoon.
Gaius.
I'll just nick the whole place.
He just continues watching you all as you talk with a small smile on his face.
Orbital bombardment. It'll do it really fast. Anyway.
Take out the entire hive.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. My oversight was unseen. I'll take that back and carry on investigating the with the Lord of Arbites.
Well, you should come with me, Gaius. Come with me and Siegfried. We're gonna go down Hive. It'd be good for you. Bit of rest and relaxation down at the carnival.
But
Maybe best if I could keep an eye on you.
Oh, I'll be keeping an eye on you, you fat bastard.
I mean, no, you've been acting a bit funny recently. A bit strange. Don't want to be going off on your own.
If you've experienced as much pain as I have, Canny, you just don't give a shit anymore. I've gone past that. I've gone into the light. The Emperor. Who cares? But I need to get this job done. I need to go see the Lord of Arbites. Would you come with me after I do that? Or do you think that's more pressing than carrying on with finding out about the orb?
Hey, well, I'm heading down Hive today. I'm heading down Hive today. I've got some unfinished business. I've got a man I got to see about a dog.
Vanetta pipes up and says, Gaius, I could probably patch you through. I've been working on the communications in the mansion. Got them wired in through the 13th hostel. You could probably contact him remotely or send him a message.
All right. I will go and send my man a message and then I'll come with you, Canny. Is that all right?
Yeah. Very good.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I just thought that I needed to do this because it's what we have to do to set the ball in motion to get our mission done.
Yeah.
Objectively speaking. Canny,
Very good. Yes, for the mission.
For the mission.
Can
I'll fist bump salute.
in fact, both of you make an awareness test.
Fight.
I'm going to make one for Johnny. Yeah, it is sight based. Johnny fails. If I do any rolls for Johnny, I'll do them in the chat actually, so you can see them. Okay.
Sec, load up my character sheet. Come on, character sheet. Character sheet? Oh no, character sheet. You got to press on it. Otherwise, nothing comes up.
By the way,
It's not like Al's one where you get a picture of Arnie and a nice little description.
on what do
You
you
missed
call it?
that.
On Otto's got inquiry now, which he can use in person, or he can use when interrogating cogitators and things like that. And I think maybe also, does it apply? No, it doesn't apply to anything else. Okay, so neither of you notice anything untoward.
What was my role? I see.
82.
God,
Is that a pass?
no,
I don't think that's
31.
fast.
Sorry, I was trying to get off a character sheet to get onto this one with moving all the things and having two screens going at the same time. It's sometimes difficult. Amount of space
Okay,
on the
so
telly.
the day is yours. You can do whatever you want.
Well, first I'm going to talk to what the hell's his name?
Drummond.
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 Yes. I'm going to ring Drummond.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of the map. I just need to figure out which one it is. This might take a minute. Nope. There we go. So where's Gaius? That's the next question. Is that Gaius? That looks like Gaius. So Veneta leads you back down the corridor towards the central area on the floor where the dining room is, on the whatever floor it is, the ground floor. Yeah, the ground floor.
The dining room floor.
And she leads you into a room that you've never entered before along this corridor. You've passed it many times, but you've never been in.
Okay.
And I'll show you in a second when this stops fecking about. Okay. Let's just reveal that area for you.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is that? Is that the wind?
Mouse.
It was proper going for it last night. So it's been proper going for it.
It was horrible today. You tried climbing a fucking tree when your asshole's hanging out of you in the wind.
Okay, so
anyway, that's my complaints for the day done.
There you go. You should be able to see Gaius with Veneta now on the map. Just do that and that. You should be able to see you and Veneta. Have you found her?
Sorry.
Bless you.
Picture's flicking out. Okay.
So this room is little more than a large table light, you can see, with a number of chairs around it. 12 chairs, I think, around it. In the middle of it is a device built into the table. And there are controls that control this device around the table at every position. You're right there, Hayden.
No. My nose is
Having a
bleeding out,
sneeze
damn.
attack. So
every time I click one position or the other, the map either goes too high or too low, and I can't get it right. It's actually starting to wind me up.
There's a little on the right hand side. There's a little scroll bar. If you drag it by that instead of using the arrows to move it or something, you can get a bit more precision.
I'm using right mouse click actually to drag the picture
right,
around.
yeah.
It's getting a better one. And now can zoom in.
I didn't know you could do that actually. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right mouse click to drag the picture around.
There we go. You've educated me.
It's from what happens when you just press mouse buttons and find out things
Yeah, just
when you don't
click
know what's
shit.
happening.
Just keep pressing
Yeah,
buttons. till it's right.
yeah, the
Okay.
click shit pattern.
So Venetta leads you into this room and she gestures to one of the chairs and says, "Please take a seat."
Okay.
Okay. So
Who's this?
you sit down,
Phone praxis.
and she moves around to sit next to you.
I found you. Hi, Vanetta.
Oh, the grid's being stupid. So she moves to sit next to you, and she begins to instruct you how to basically upload contact from your combead into this communications array, which is piped into uh, the Hive City itself. And it's quite a high-tech bit of kit, and it can navigate its own signal. It can pick its own path, so it can find the quickest or the most obscure route to communicate with someone, and even sometimes bypass security systems remotely. It's quite a high-tech bit of kit. And shortly, you find yourself looking at a holographic image of Justicar Drummond, who appears about a quarter size in the middle of the table. There's like this, sort of 1.5 foot high
like Darth Vader hologram.
Justicar just stood there. No helmet,
Just
but he's
like
wearing
that.
his carapace. And he says, "Ah, Mortalis, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Drummond.
What can I do for
How
you?"
be things over in Well, right down to the point. Perfect. What I need you to do to me is cross-reference a log of anybody who's gone insane or scratched their eyes out. I'm trying to trace an obscene heretical device as a black cylinder. I'm trusting you with this information. You can flag up anything yourself, but do not let other people cohere to what this is. You can give them brief description, but that's about it, please, Drummond. But I need to cross-reference any information of deaths recently where it involves suicide, of them clawing their eyes out, or basically self-mutilation.
He says,
Can you go through logs like that and report them all to me, please, Drummond?
"I'll get straight on it personally, Gaius. I won't bring anyone else in unless I need to. I know the drill. I'll contact you
You
if I
know the
find
drill.
anything."
I'm sorry to spell it out to you, Drummond. It's just sometimes, once you've repeated yourself so many times, as you know, when you've got people working underneath you and they don't listen, you just do by habit. Sorry, Drummond, but thank you for being so professional. I will see you later.
He says, "No need
Gaius
to
out.
apologise,
Good luck.
Mortalis."
Good luck, Drummond. Thank you very
And
much.
to you.
Emperor protects.
Let's hope he does.
Aquila out.
And he cuts the signal. Okay. Canny?
So back at the dining table then.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to have seated myself next to Trantia.
Uh-huh.
And who else is still here at the table?
There will be Gladstock has shuffled off actually. He's given you his briefing and he's not eating. So Siegfried will still be there. Therinus, Otto has gone. Praxis, Spring has gone. And Dr. Pench is wheeling Titulos away. So all there is you, Siegfried, Therinus, Praxis, and Titulos.
And Therinus is the one who can drive, or is it Titulus?
Therinus can drive, I think.
Or was it both of them? I don't know.
They maybe can both. Let's have a look. I mean, Titulos isn't really capable of going anywhere. Therinus can drive
Titulos
ground.
right. Yeah, Therinus then can definitely drive.
Therinus can drive ground and hover vehicles.
Okay, great. Once Pench leaves the room, taking Titulos off, I'm going to take Trantia's mug or glass or whatever she's got to hold a drink and put it underneath a table and pour a healthy dose of blush into a mug. And then
Okay.
put it back on the table and give her a wink.
Okay. Make a fellowship
Can I
test.
make an awareness test to see if I know this is going on?
You can't.
No, you've gone. You've gone. You're off with
Oh.
Vanetta.
Fuck off.
I'll shut up.
Is it fellowship, yeah, or charm, or
Charm will do, yeah, if you've got charm.
the same thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Haha.
Okay. What have you got?
Something very bad.
Okay, let's see what Trantia does. Trantia grins as you pour it, but she shakes her head and points at the machine next to her and says, "I can't."
Yeah. Well, I know you've got no liver and all that, but don't worry, it'll be fine. See, I know how boring it gets when you're stuck in Medboy all the time. You must be going up the walls. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Make another charm test.
Nope,
You're great, Charmin.
certainly not.
She says, she puts her hand on yours and she says, "Save it. In a few days' time, I'll be good as new."
Right, you are. Well, waste not, what not. I'll knock it back myself.
Okay, give me a carouse test.
Yes, indeed. Cruise. Plus 40, is it? It's plus 40.
Yep.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, so that's your first drink of the day.
Yep, start early.
Okay, roll a d10 for me.
10.
Your skin takes on a distinct crimson color.
Jolly good.
Well, like mine. Like the colour of Hayden. I might be wearing a red shirt, but this is the colour of Hayden. Red.
Hayden's neck's red, but his shoulder's white.
I know.
like to
That's your bikini line.
I'd like to speak
It is.
to Fairness,
I
please.
just had red.
Mm-hmm.
They'll need a lift down, Fairness. Would you do us the honours?
He's busy stuffing his face, and he says,
Do we
"Yeah,
do photos?
yeah, no problem, mate. You want me to come loaded for bear, or are we travelling light?"
No need for that. No. There'll be no trouble. No one would dare mess with me.
Righto. I'll bring Bessie then.
Bessie. Well, who's Bessie? That's a good name.
And he reaches behind and pulls this shotgun out from a back holster. And goes, "This, Kenny, is Bessie."
I'm gonna go. May I? Hey, Johnny.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, sir.
Give you jazz
Hello.
hands. Jazz hands, hello.
Hey.
Jazz hands.
I'll give you a rundown in a sec, Johnny, of what you've
Okay.
missed. Just deal with this.
I do apologise.
It's fine. It's not a problem.
I completely forgot.
Father life. Keep wife and life
We were-
happy.
We were
Makes easy
mocking you.
life.
We were mocking
No.
you mercilessly, Johnny.
I'm sure.
We were.
I'm
I
well
did
used
decide to
to
stick.
it now.
I did
Well,
decide
you
to
said
stick
that,
up
like-
for you a little bit, and then mock you myself.
And yeah, one of your bitches needs. When one of your wives needs something, you're your wife's bitches, so you can fuck right off. You know what I mean?
Happy wife, happy life. You know it.
No,
mate.
All are.
What we were
I'm
what
not
we were
saying
mocking-
anything.
What we were mocking, Johnny, was the fact that you were the one that was like, "I'm free this week," and then forgot about the fact that you'd said it and organised it. That's what we were
Yeah,
mocking.
it was you
you're
drove this
wrong.
game, basically. It was you who drove this game.
When the phone rang, I was standing at the back door, literally about to go upstairs to bed with the wife, and then my phone rang. I was like, "What's that?" that sounds a bit strange. And I was like, Darker Heresy. And I was like, oh fuck, I completely forgot. And I was like, babe,
Babe.
Babe, babe,
I didn't know it was tonight. And then I
I'm
started
back
recording.
again.
I bet Johnny's had to shag his way free. You've had to shag your way free, haven't you?
Got battle my way free. That's why. That's how
It's
I
the
do
only
it.
way I reckon you've come out of this. You've had to have sex to get your way out of it. You're
Is
like,
that
like a slave.
Is
A
that
sex slave, Johnny.
He's had to.
You fucking sex slave.
I'm damn good at what I do. I'm sorry.
He's-
I'm in demand.
He's had to fuck his way out of
Hey,
his.
my wife flashes me her tits like that before I go to work when I can't go out the back door, so I'm happy, man.
That's it. Motivation.
I'm coming back.
Right.
No,
So
that's later. I haven't done that yet.
Canny, Canny, Verinus hands you this shotgun, and it's just a simple double-barreled shotgun, but the barrel has been sawn off about halfway along, so it fits in a holster on his back quite easily, quite snugly, and it's easy to draw. But it is basically just a double-barreled shotgun.
I'm gonna make a big show of looking at it, of just checking it from different angles, and I'm gonna try aiming down it, and
It's like I'm just closing my
notice my approval, and then I'm gonna hand it back to him.
Okay. He says, "Yeah, me and Bessie, we've been through a lot of stuff."
Yeah. It's I always name my weapons. It gives a personal touch. That's what I thought.
He says, "Yeah, Vanetta was on about it the other day when I went down the workshop. She's got bits of your hook. Yeah,
Heretic made a
straight
right mess of it. Made a right mess of it, that heretic. But I made more of a mess out of him. Let me tell you.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I was there.
Oh, yeah. You were there. Weren't you? Sorry, it's all a bit of a hazy. I don't remember the blood. I remember the blood, but the rest of it's a bit hazy. So
He looks you up and down as you say you remember the blood and goes, "Yeah, so do I." And you realise your skin is still glowing red from the blush.
Well, I'm just ignoring that at the moment. Right. Well, we'll just get Siegfried and Gaius together, and then we'll get off then, shall we? No time like the present.
Yeah, no worries. I'll go get the car ready.
Yeah.
Siegfried, what's happened basically is it's the morning after the last session. You've all had breakfast. I'll send you exactly what he says, so I don't have to go over it again because it was a bit lengthy. But basically, Gladstock has basically reiterated what your mission is, instructed Otto and Vanetta to do a couple of things and stay behind to do them. The rest of you are free to do whatever you want. He also suggested Drummond might be worth contacting. Gaius contacted him by the newly set up hollow communication terminal. There was a 1.5 foot tall Justicar Drummond on the table.
Saved me 7 hours.
Version of him. Gaius had a quick chat with him and told him to look for any reports of people going insane, scratching their eyes out, and committing suicide.
And a black cylinder.
Nice.
And the black cylinder and the black orbs as well. He's keeping an eye out.
Should be no shortage of those during lockdown, should there really?
No, not really.
Oh, we lost Hayden. He's totally frozen on my screen.
Yeah, he's frozen on mine. He's freeze.
And you joined us, Johnny, as Canny was trying to persuade Trantia to have a drink of blush. But she couldn't. She's sat with basically a dialysis machine next to her doing the job of her fucked liver. So she was being sensible and saying no.
I'm sorry. I've really got to just go and sort my door out because it keeps banging open and shut.
Yeah.
I have to put something to prop it up there.
All
So
right.
where exactly am I at the moment? Is Siegfried?
You're in the dining room with Canny, Ferinus, Praxis, Titulos, and Trantia.
I'm going to lean back in my chair and put my boots on the table.
Okay. See if Hayden comes back.
I mean, hopefully it's just a connection issue and he's not just been paralysed by some unseen force.
Some horrific creatures just stabbed him in the spine with some sort of venom.
He'll never move again.
Yeah, he's slowly turning to stone. Or maybe Medusa's just walked in front of him. Who knows?
Could be.
Hopefully, it should eliminate the problem. It's a full paint tub that should
Let's do the trick.
more open. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit back. I'm just gonna look disinterestedly at my nails, and just and drink some recaf.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over to Siegfried and see that he's left some toast and some tomatoes or something, and say, "Oh, you gonna finish that?"
No, it's all yours. I'll just I'll push it towards him with my boot, inside my boot, like so.
Okay.
A little bit like there you go.
You're a gentleman, Siegfried. I always said it. You're a gentleman.
Well, thank you, Kenny. I wish I could say the same, but. Enjoy that. You enjoy that. You'll grow big and strong. Oh, wait a second. You already have.
So there's going to be, on this road trip, there's going to be Canny, Gaius, Siegfried, Ferinus. There is room for one other person if you wanted to take anyone else along.
So who are we going to kill then?
Well, it's not. It's more of a. Well, it's not. We don't need to kill anyone. Hopefully, although there's always that possibility, isn't there, when you go to the Underhive? There is a plan. Is a plan. My old mate Chopper Baz, good lad, sterling lad. That one, bit of a slag, but yeah, he's all right. Good to have beside you in a fight. But anyway,
slag you saying? In what respect?
In like some sort of metal, that's not useful. Like it's like metal cast off. Like a cast off of some.
He's all right. He's all right. He's a bit of a. He's a bit of a byproduct.
That's a word. Like a bit of a byproduct from steel production. That's what it's like.
He gets used to make road surfaces every now and then.
But anyway, he's all right, lad. I know him from way back. Anyway, he's trying to get me a contact in the underworld, so to speak. Someone who knows people, someone who can get things. I think what we need medical supplies. We need weapons.
Shaker, eh?
We need and hopefully Chopper Baz has come through and he's got us a good lead. Someone who can maybe
for movers, and then I'm just gonna go like adjust my sort of puffs, shakers. Like that. I mean, just sit back again, put my hands on it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be a start of a useful partnership. But it could all go horribly wrong, in which case that's why we need you guys there, so we can make them regret ever fucking with us.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
And plus, sure, I can help.
And plus, it's always nice. The carnival's enjoyable. Lots of nice people there. Lots of things to see. Maybe you can have a bit of R&R while you're down there. Mix a bit of business and pleasure.
It might do me the world.
Yeah, it's all right.
If you're honest. Yeah. Fancy a bit of a safari.
Yeah.
Something I'm quite into. Yeah.
Jolly good. Yes. Jolly good.
Safari.
Safari.
What do you mean, Siegfried, a safari? These are people and people's lives. Do you not understand?
Life is a safari.
The Emperor protects us
Full
all.
of game. Everywhere.
You think them all as just meaningless game when the Emperor's subjects?
You're not there.
This is his country.
Yes, is that right?
This is Siegfried's country.
Hayden, I figured you'd maybe lost power or something the way it froze. But
Did you see my lights go out?
No.
You were just
went out. All my lights and everything went out.
You just like
There.
You were just doing this.
I just had my laptop screen going. Yeah, I just had my laptop screen going. It was crazy because my laptop was still on, but everything on my connection in the house had gone. I was trying to get on with a phone. I just managed it, and then it came up back online.
Okay, so did you want to take anyone else? You've got room for one other person in the car. No, Venetta's got to stay. She's been given a task. Venetta and Otto have been given tasks.
I don't feel the need to bring anyone else, but It's up to you guys if you got any
What
strong
about
feelings
Spring?
on it.
What about
Spring? Is he-
Titchlos?
Oh, Titulos, yeah.
Yes, as well, doesn't he?
He's
Titulos
wounded.
is still quite badly wounded. He needs he
Oh.
could come, but he needs to basically have bed rest constantly to get any
What-
healing benefit.
What about Spring? Well, let's bring Spring. He's not busy.
You want to take
Yeah,
Spring?
yeah. Sorry, let's
Yeah, yeah,
let's take
Yeah.
pure burnt Spring.
Yeah.
She might be really happy to get taken out.
He's
Spring's
like a dad, isn't he? So,
Is she feeling better now? I've not seen her in a
She's a
while,
hiver.
actually. I'm just going to plug
She-
my phone
She
in.
hasn't
It's ringing
faced
out.
me maps yet.
Spring's fully healed. She's okay. She's got some scar tissue on her left arm and a little bit on her neck from the burn she suffered. She's got some other scars because she got shot as well. But
We're not bringing her for a look.
she's fighting fit. She's fighting fit. Oh, she's still a pretty young girl, but she's fighting fit. But
Yeah,
she's
well,
just
I've heard
scarred
one.
arm, heavily scarred arm.
Okay.
It's all right.
Still bit-
At least
still
she's got an arm.
At least she's got an arm, yeah.
No, I'm done.
Hey, Hayden, you've got Hayden, you've got 3 arms now.
You have. Are you
I
gonna
know.
let
I've
me
got
have
a
all 3 on?
selection. No,
Oddly
no.
enough.
When I get spare time, I'm going to go present my spare arm to my buddy in the armory.
Armory.
I'm going to arm my armorer. He'll give me a few favors to repair my stuff and being good to me. I'm sure he
For the
will.
armor.
I'm sure Les would appreciate that very much.
He looks down at his clunky arms a lot, making
Yeah.
me feel slightly guilty for having a nice one. So
They
I'm
are-
going to give
they
him one
are,
nice
uh,
one.
They are pretty much just orc power claws that he's got for hands. So
Do you want to know how I got these arms? I ripped them off an orc and then ripped my own arms off and put the orc's arms on. And I was all right. I didn't put the
incredible.
orc's arm on. I just fucking did.
you want to know how I lost my arms? Let's just say when your mum tells you to keep your arms inside the Lehman Russ, you do as she says.
Yeah, it probably is something as daft as that.
Yeah, he's lost them in a wood chipper, I think.
We're going on a mission.
Right.
Woo!
You might never find out. You might never find out.
God, man. Wood chippers are
That's what it is.
terrifying.
That's
I can take
exactly
my
what happened.
granted when I put my boots in mine and pushing a branch into the rollers about 3 inches away from my foot.
No,
But, you
don't
know.
do that. Don't end up legless as well as armless. Okay,
dear.
so right.
Fucked up.
So you want to take Spring? That's fine if you want to take
Yeah.
Spring with you.
Yeah. And I'd
Anything else
also
you'd
like,
like to do? Oh, sorry.
yes. Yes, I'm going to use the 1 fate point and try roll D5 wounds back because I've been
Yep,
low
no
for
worries.
ages.
Yeah.
So what do you do? / roll D5
/ R space D5.
D5 enter. What did I get? I've got
4.
A
Oh,
4.
that's good. That's
good.
good.
Good. That is good. So that is good for a number of reasons because that now puts you on 8 wounds. Actually, no, you would still be heavily wounded at that, but only just.
Because I've got 17 wounds total.
Yeah, it's when you've taken, I think it's double your toughness bonus, you are classed as heavily wounded. So in your case, that'd be, oh no, that'd
I
be
need-
10. Yeah, that'd be 10. So you're now lightly wounded.
Yay!
So your healing
Wow.
time will change as a result of that. It won't take you
Yes,
4
that's a
days
worthy
to
roll.
get where you need to be for your next healing. So yeah, okay. Anyone else want to do anything before you set off?
Same, just checking the armory for any sort of. No, it's all right. I might see if Kenny. Do you know anybody in the Underhive that might, be able to hook me with a temporary pistol until I get something a bit more snazzy?
Well, you could borrow mine. I'll pull out a Spitfire bolt pistol. It's a beautiful weapon, this one. I'll hand it over him with a clip.
I'm just gonna look at it like, yeah. Why
So
not?
what this is, Siegfried, this is a sort of garage-made bolt pistol. It's not like made in a Forge World by a tech priest. This has been made in the Underhive and it's little more than a chunk of wood with a tube on it, rigged to. I mean, it's got a stock and a grip, but it's pretty primitive. But it's rigged to have 3 bolt shells in it, with 3 separate firing pins all in one barrel.
Nice.
It's very primitive. It basically fires the first one, then the hammer drops down into the below the barrel, so the second shot can be fired. It is a pretty potent weapon. It's not unstable. It's not likely to blow up in your face. It's
Good.
just got a bigger chance than usual of failing.
Jamming. Okay.
Yeah, jamming, but it doesn't hurt you if it does jam.
Okay.
But if it hits, it is a pretty solid weapon.
Yeah, I'll hand over. I've got 2 clips in total, 6 shells. So I'll hand them both over.
Are we on Scintilla or where are we at the moment?
Decilium.
Kenny,
I'm
do
just
you
gonna grab
actually
it,
want the bolt
grab it,
pistol
look.
or not?
What bolt?
I
What
can
bolt
use it.
pistol? You're not even there. Why are you
Well, I
talking
could
to
go-
me?
I could
No,
always
don't
give you
listen
this
to
one.
him.
What do you
Cool, cool. You're not even there. Cool.
Not even
I'm
there.
not. I'm back. I'm away again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get out of my mind. The voices.
I'll be like, when in
I mean, you can talk about.
I'm joking.
You can talk about that if you
Yeah.
want, because you're going to be getting ready for this
Not
mission.
here.
So, Siegfried,
Yeah,
what are you saying?
here.
Sorry.
I'm going to take it from him and go, that's very kind of you. You are. I may be wrong about you, Kenny. I believe you may be. There's a gentleman locked deep inside that hulking form of yours. And then I'm just going to unclip my empty holster for pistol, and then I'll just shove it in, like try and
Okay.
slot it in there.
It's a bit of a tight fit. It's quite a bulky pistol.
When in Decilium, you know what I mean? And then I'm just going to slam it into the fucking holster. You know what I mean?
Siegfried, you are quite right. There is a gentleman in me somewhere because I ate him. You get it? You get it?
Come on, Kenny. I can believe it. He says that quietly, like I can believe it.
Okay, so the Spitfire pistol, Johnny. It's range 20. Damage is 1d10 plus 3. Explosive damage. Pen 3. Single shot only. Clip of 3. Unreliable, but it's tearing.
Good. That is good.
I said Siegfried. Yeah, I mean, one of the main reasons of trying to get this contact is for weaponry. I mean, food, probably the main one, but weaponry. So maybe this guy, if it all goes smoothly, he might be able to get us with different weapons that we need and restock the armory a bit.
Yeah, I've got an idea. You know that?
Yeah.
There's a splinter rifle down in the armory. I might take that as like a trade. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a bit of a sketchy area, but it's a rare piece of tech. You know what I mean? It's not a.
I would never consider stealing anything from the armory and selling it. I wouldn't consider that.
Well, I wouldn't usually, but I really need the cash, so I'm going.
Siegfried. There is a splinter rifle in the armory. There's another one in your quarters.
Is there?
You originally looted 4, and then you took another one yourself, and you sold 3 back on Scintilla. There's the one that Gaius put in the armory, but there's also the one that you looted. I believe it's got 3 clips with it.
I put 3 splinter rifles in the armory.
You did put 3, yeah. It was one that was sold. Sorry.
Yeah. So if I've got that, then I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll take it as a sweetener because I'm not really using it, but I might get a chance to if things go tits up.
Okay.
Which I will not orchestrate personally, I must add. So yeah. Okay.
Oh, hang on. Actually, I've just seen something in the armory that I actually would want. I was actually going to try and buy off this guy. I see there's a multi-key in the armory.
Yeah, there's always been a multi-key in the armory.
Yeah, I'd like to go and get that, please.
Yeah, you can go get that. Do you want to interact with Les at all, or do you just want to grab it and?
I want to give him the bare minimum of interaction to not seem rude.
Okay, yeah.
I'll get a
So
red dot.
Tell me about your book. Yeah, I'll see you later.
I'm wanking.
Can I get a red dot sight from the armory to spot on the bolt pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay.
So just add into your inventory. I'll put the stats in, but add into your gear Spitfire bolt pistol with red dot sight.
Okay.
And I'll do the rest. Where's the fucking red dot sights gone? They're here somewhere. Wait, I think there isn't any.
There's one at the bottom.
There's one right at the bottom, I think. Right at the
Oh
bottom.
yeah. I hadn't scrolled down far enough. Yep. So you've taken the last red dot sight,
Okay.
and you've also got 6 bolt shells for it.
Okay. I'll just put 6 in brackets.
Yep.
How long does it take to reload?
2 turns,
2 turns.
because it's not a clip. You're loading each shell individually.
Okay, cool.
So you could spend 1 turn and just put 1 shell in.
And I've
as
got
well, if you
lightning reflexes. Would that help at all with
Oh,
reloading and stuff?
No, you need rapid reload
Rapid
to
reload.
half your reload time.
Hang on a second. I'll see if I've got that. I have got it. I've got it.
Yeah, so you could reload it in a full turn.
Yep.
Or you could put 1 shell in half a turn,
Okay, cool.
which could come in quite handy actually. So
It could. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
okay, right. Anyone else want to do anything before you set off for the carnival?
Yes, I would like to go to the armory as well.
Okay.
Not because I need anything. I've got a bolt pistol with a bloody laser dot sight, haven't I? So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
And your shotgun.
Yeah, I've got pretty decent weapons. What I want to do
And your
is
power maul. And your fucking rune mace.
yeah, I'm pretty well equipped.
Yeah.
And my anti-demon protection, but that's a weapon I wield in faith. Anyway, I'm gonna go see Les.
Okay.
I think I've got a couple of sips of Amsec left.
Okay. Let's just do. There you go. You should be able to see the armory. On the map. That's the kitchen. Where's the armory? The armory's right over there. Let's get rid of Siegfried. Where's Les gone? Oh no, where's Les gone? I had a great thing for Les, but I can't find one, so I'm going to use Canny for now. You walk in.
Oh, there's
and he says,
a lot like Caddy.
Yeah, he does. I did have a brilliant one for Les, and I don't know where it's gone. I'll have to find that. He goes, "Oh, all right, guys. Well, I'm talking in a weird accent." He says, "All right, guys. How you doing, mate? You come on in, come on in." And he opens the door for you.
And I've got something behind my back. Can you make an awareness test? Let make an awareness test, see if you notice what I've got behind my back.
Okay. He does not.
And I'll stand right next to him and then slap him with his new bionic arm around the face.
Oh dear. Right, make a weapon skill attack. I just need to find. I just need to find Leslie's card. Where is it? Fat Les Macron. There he is. Okay, make a weapon skill attack.
0.4 degrees, but would have got a plus 10 for the first attack on her.
Well, you would have got. You could have done an all-out attack, so you would have got a plus 10, 20, or 30, depending on what you were doing. So it would have been a pass. Fuck.
I'm gonna get hitting lightly though. I'm not going to fully damage him here. I'm just tapping him with the arm. I'm not going to smack him all out.
He dodges. Despite having an agility of 31 and no dodge skill, he dodges because he rolled a 5, and he just leans back and watches the arm sail past and goes, "Oh, what? What's that?"
And as he leans back, I step forward and I grab the base of the arm and push it into his hand as like a little combat ballet. You know, go, "Happy fucking birthday, mate. There's my arm."
He says, "How did you know?"
Well, you bullshit bastard! Don't give me that.
Are you serious, guys? Is this for me?
Yeah. Just don't give me no shit, mate. Just be truthful, mate. I won't judge you. But here's a fucking arm, and at least you can do some intricate work with this half of your body, and crush heads with that half of your body. I think it's perfect compromise myself.
Hang on. He looks at the arm, and then he looks at you, and then he looks at the arm, and then he looks back at you, and you see tears welling in his eyes. He goes, "Oh, guys, I don't know what to say. Oh, no one's ever,
I've never had a friend.
no one's ever given me an arm before."
Well, at least it costs you a leg.
True. And he puts it down, and he grabs you in a bear hug and just begins to hug you.
Make a toughness test.
Yes.
All right.
I
All right.
love you.
I'll do it.
Oh.
I fail. After I get
It's a lucky roll for you.
Ow! You beast.
9.
Does he have to go all out and crush me to death, or can he just feel that I've broken a little bit and let go? I don't think he'd want to give me
You
all out to death.
feel
Neither
you
would
feel
I
your
want to
armor.
slap him around the face.
You feel your armor
Yeah.
strain, but it holds.
Oh,
And
phew.
you suddenly realize that although Les does have massive mechanical arms, they maybe don't give him that much extra strength.
Les, you fucking goddamn monster. Put me down.
He can still, lift you and give you a good
Yeah,
squeeze.
this is what I'm saying to him while I'm
He's
getting
strong,
crushed.
but,
I'm
he's
getting
not-
crushed at this point in time. Yeah,
he's-
yeah. But still, I'm telling him right now, Les, you goddamn fucking monster, put me down.
he puts you
I
down.
feel
and
you.
goes,
I
he says,
feel you.
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry. Sorry, Gaius. I'm sorry, Gaius. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Fully respected. Have the arm. And you got your arm sack on you.
Of course I have. And he comes, he leads you into the back room.
Let's have a toast.
Leads you into the back room where he takes you into here, over to the right of the current map. Oh, look, there's Les. There's Les. There he is. I wondered where he'd gone. He leads you into the back here to his desk where he's got a bottle of Amasec, and he pours you both a glass and hands you one.
Right, is that right? Is Les the fat guy, which is Kenny?
Les is now.
Les is now.
Where is he?
It's at the right.
Right. Are you on the left?
Right
No,
of
the
the room that you were in a minute ago.
Okay.
That's actually not the one I found. That's a totally different one. Anyway.
As Al froze.
I
I barely see Kenny at the moment.
can see Big Ben
Well,
on my.
It doesn't really matter. Make
Yeah, it
your
doesn't matter,
toughness
does it?
roll for your drink.
Plus 30, that's just enough.
Okay. Les has failed it. He
Plus the
slurs a little bit
54.
as he says, "Thank you so much, guys. It's very much appreciated. I'm going to go and see Pinch and Vanetta immediately."
Good. One second before you go. I need something in turn. I want my flak helmet upgrading in armor value. Can you do that?
He says, "Well, I can maybe bolt some steel plates to it, but it'd just get heavy."
Would it give me an extra armor? I'm quite tough. I can take it.
He says, well, I don't know really. I'm more of a maintenance sort of guy. Vinetta's the girl for that.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. You enjoy the. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. But that is not the reason why I wanted it. I just seen you with your arms, and I class you as one of my main friends aboard this mansion.
God help
And
me.
Someone
he
I
looks,
confide in as a person more than like a colleague. To be honest, Les.
he nods as you say this and goes, yeah, I see you as my friend too.
Well, let's not start bumming, and that would not be the Emperor's fine work. But go get your fucking arm installed, and then you can fix my armor a bit more efficiently, can't you, Les?
He says, yeah, good idea. And he runs
Take care, Les.
um, off. He runs up through this way and into his workshop. Are you
Let's be
leaving?
friends.
And just as it's running off, I'm going to distract him before he's running into his door. Go, Les!
Make a I don't know what sort of fucking test that would be.
A surprise test.
Make a Hayden test. I don't know.
Hayden test on
he's
a.
ma-
Hayden test is a 50. All
He's
right,
made
so
a,
I'm gonna roll dice. Hayden test on. Oh, 5 out. Don't matter.
He's-
Failed my Hayden test.
He's made an agility test because he's not very nimble at the best times. He's quite wide, and he has to turn sideways to go through doors. And he's just lining up for the door as you call him, and he sort of has to look over his shoulder, which squares him up to the door, and he just clatters into the door, and you see his shoulders leave heavy dints in the metal panel. And he sort of goes, "Oh fuck! Oh Gaius, you fucking prick!"
Don't matter. See you later.
Okay.
Emperor be with you.
He carries on shuffling through his
Be
armory,
protect.
and then gets to the door. And I'm just going to grab a beer.
Emperor protects. Emperor protects. It's like a double negative, isn't it? Distract him before the door, let him hit it and go, Emperor protects.
Okay. And as you leave the armory out, you notice Les has only got as far as the door to the armory, the one where he has to let you in, where his little window is. And he stands peering out of the door for a moment and then takes a step back. And he hears you approach and he turns and make an awareness test.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Here's me approaching to my awareness test is D100. 31.
Okay.
Oh, be it. Yeah. I'm
You
aware.
notice the look on his face as he steps back from the door and turns away from it. And you've seen this expression on people's face many times. This is fear. It appears that he's afraid to leave the armory.
I'm going to have a look at the door and see what's beyond it.
Make an awareness test.
I pass. It's an obvious walk to the door.
Beyond the door is the stairs that lead up. There is nothing obvious in there, no threat, no hidden Xenos or cultists or demons. There is nothing that you can see.
Oi!
Yeah,
Les.
then the metal collar he's wearing starts to beat.
Les. Follow me. We're going to see Pench together.
He says, "No,
I need a
you're all right, guys.
No,
I've got some
come
work
with
to
me.
do.
Come
I'll
with-
give Pench a call in a
No.
bit and see when he's free. I'm quite
Look,
happy. I've got some weapons to clean, and I've got some.
look, don't you walk away from me, Don't you walk away from me. I can see it in your eye. I'm following him, talking to him. I'm not even going to let him get through the door without me chasing him in, Dave.
Okay.
I'm on him. I'm fucking on this guy. He's not going to escape anywhere without me nagging him down.
Okay.
I'm just going to carry on and on and on and on and on on him until he breaks. I'm just going to say, you know, that's how it is.
As he tries to get past you back into the armory, make a strength test.
I'm not wrestling the fucker. I'm talking to him.
Yeah, but
I'm
he's
just
trying to
getting in the
push
way.
past you. He's trying to push past you.
All right.
He
10,
tries
that's
to
good.
squeeze past you, but I mean, he's a big guy, but maybe he's not big bone. Maybe he is just fat because he doesn't seem to have a lot of strength to him at all. And he's trying to push his way past you, but you're standing in your way, and he begins to panic. And you can see his skin begin to redden as every cell in his body demands more blood, and he goes into some sort of fight or flight mode. His pupils dilate, and you can see he's visibly panting and sweating. He says,
I'm going to grab him
please,
at this point
please.
in time on his shoulder and. No, I'll just say, now is the time to face that demon. The Emperor protects. Come with me. It won't be hard.
Make a charm test with the plus.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
what would it be? Because you've got
I'm quite. Actually, that's quite convincing, to be fair. Give me a good plus.
Gaius, and where the fuck is Les? There he is.
Where the fuck is Les? Where the fuck is Les?
Where the fuck is Les?
60.
Who knows?
That will be a plus 20.
Okay, charm, you say.
Mm. If you have charm, it might be half if you don't.
I do not have charm as
Half
Gaius,
your
so-
fellowship plus 20 then. All this time with Les has built up and
16.
given you a plus 20. Can you do anything
16,
with it?
16, so I need a 36, I guess. So I'll put the 20 in. 20. Enter. Oh, can I re-roll that with my fate point?
If you would like to, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to, because I want to convince Les to sort his shit out. Let's witch this fucking roll. It didn't witch enough.
Yes.
You have no power here. You only have power in the realm of dice.
Les collapses to the floor and begins sobbing. As I was going, please, guys, don't make me go out there. Don't make me go out. I don't want to go out there. It's horrible out there. Please, leave me alone. Just let me stay here. And he begins to sob frantically, like you've never seen a grown man cry before.
I'm going to say this then, him. I'm watching this, but Gaius is slightly emotionless, unfortunately, for his state of seeing a whole planet turn to chaos-ridden plague and watching people have self-pity all the time while they're bursting into pestilential oblivion. You know, warts, boils, and shit popping out of them.
Face mushrooms.
Thinking, what the hell?
The best kind of mushroom.
Yeah, face mushrooms. God, and the eyeball mushroom.
Tastes really good on toasted bread.
Anyway,
with a bit of cheese.
Bit of cheese or fat.
Normal
say
cheese.
I'm going to say to him, all right then, Les, all right. I will talk to Dr. Pench and I will get him to fit the arm down here. I can see you are not ready for this. And
That's
as
a
a
great
friend,
idea.
I will get Dr. Pench down here. How does that sound?
He sits there. He begins to calm. He stops sobbing as hard, and like a 4-year-old who's just been told off, he looks up at you with snot bubbling out of his nose and tears down his face, and he just goes, "Thank you, guys. Don't tell anyone, will you, please?" What a time to lose Hayden.
Just at the cliffhanger.
Just remaining silent.
Oh, right.
Before he's frozen.
You know I don't move. You don't. You know I don't move
Hayden,
when I'm thinking.
I haven't seen Hayden in the flesh for so long. Right now, I believe he has been bumped off and replaced by a stop motion animation version of Hayden. Right. Okay. So, anything else? Anything else you'd like to say to?
What a tease!
Anything else you'd like you to say or do before you leave, guys?
I'm going to pick him up, brush him off. I'll say, nothing said, mate. Nothing said. But pull yourself to the fuck together. We're going to do this again, you know. We're going to get over this. As friends, you need to do this. And anyway, I'm punch him on his arm fucking hard. And then say, I love you, man. We will get through this. I'll see you soon. Let's get your arm fixed. I'll sort it out. Blah,
He
blah,
just
blah. See you later.
stands there
What is love?
looking up at you with his tear-filled eyes as
Tell
you
me what
leave.
that is.
What is love? What would anyone else like to do anything before you set off to the carnival?
Not me.
Anyway, get the splinter rifle and we get some rag and something, tie it round it so it's not blatantly obvious.
Yeah, no worries.
And then sling it to my back. I'll take the power sword as well, but I need to get that ground down a little bit. I'm going to take it down to, not Veneta, is it? Yeah, Veneta. Get it to file off the any distinguishing features because it did belong to that Elvic Haverfast. I want to get it sort of depersonalized if it's got any like.
Yeah, it does. It does have
EH on
like it does have like a family crest on it.
Yeah, I need that filing off.
Yeah, no problem.
Does
Les
Les
I'm
have...
putting on, but that's going to take too long, so I'll bring it back later on for that.
Yeah, okay. It'll be a fairly quick job that, but it won't be done before you leave.
Cool. Oh, the sword won't be ready. I won't need it. I'll just leave it here to be sorted out.
Okay. Anyone else? Go for it.
Does Les have a tattered coat and some tattered clothing I can put over my armor to cover me up when I'm going down there?
If you want some clothing, there's plenty of clothing in the mansion.
It's
easy enough
right
to get some to
change
cover you
into something like that because I don't want someone to deface my armor again. That's gonna really piss me off.
Yeah, I meant to say, but then I forgot, so that's a good idea, mate.
Yeah, so I'm scruffing myself up before I go there so someone doesn't deface
Yeah,
my armor this time.
I'll do the same.
It's up to you what you do with your helmet. Obviously, your helmet is quite standout. You can keep it off. You would be able to put it on for half an action. If you
I'm going to keep my helmet on, but I'm going to turn it into a giant fucking turban.
Okay, yep, cool.
The Terminator.
Yeah. I'm the Terminator for this mission.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just go, it's my religion.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to hide a grenade in there just in case I need it and weapons.
Okay. You can do that. That's fine.
On a bit of string. Yeah. Has it got a bit of string on it too?
It's just no string on it. That's deadly. Just so I can pull it out and tuck it if I'm in every that situation. Yeah, hands above your head. Okay.
Almost.
All right. Anything else you want to do in preparation?
I'm going to scruff it up my smart clothes and wear them.
Okay, no worries. I'll just go for a piss and we'll crack on.
Yeah, concealed turban grenade, man. If I was Burker, that's what I'd do.
You never know.
I got a hiss off Alan. Was that your laughter?
Hey, no,
I got a little hiss off you.
Quite possibly. So it's just what you need, isn't it? Is a turban grenade.
Yeah, it's encouragement. But no. What? I think maybe we do need some hidden plan here. I'm going to leave my Arbite shield at home as well.
Yeah, I would. I mean, we're going for a like to try and set up a meeting with maybe a gang member or maybe like some kind of underworld fixer. So it's probably not a good idea to go dressed up as an Arbite.
No, definitely not.
So yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea to make yourself less obvious. Although you probably will stick out like a sore thumb wearing a turban, but
I might just have to take my. Sorry, I'm just going to put a hood over my helmet and tie it on. Dave, okay. I'm just putting a hood over my helmet and tying it on instead of a turban with a grenade in.
Yeah,
it sounds genius, but it's a bit less obvious.
Okie dokie. Okay, so by the time you've finished doing all your stuff, it's probably getting on for about 10 a.m. by the time you're ready to set off. You head to the the front door, head out of the mansion into the 13th hostel, down the stairs to the ground floor, where the landlord of the 13th hostel is just sat watching you. He appears to be sober for once. You head outside, around the corner into the alleyway, and there you see the ground car waiting for you. And you begin to drive. Theranos at the
Can I-
helm. Sorry?
I just wanted to make an awareness to see if anybody's watching when we
Yeah,
come out after
course
what
you can.
like I said about people and everything like that. It's
Mhm.
just
Yeah, I'll have a look around as well.
Yep, no problem.
And get some dice rolling done.
I passed
I
in
failed.
1 degree.
Okay, you look around. The streets are pretty quiet. It's quite early in the morning. Joytown's busy in the evening. You see a handful of people here and there. There's even a few passed out people in the street that haven't woken up yet from last night's frivolities. Most of the bars are a bit of a mess. You can see barmen cleaning up drug injectors and glasses and various other things. You don't seem to see anyone that's particularly paying attention to you or the hostel as you leave.
All right, fair enough.
You set off in the ground car, heading through the twisted, dilapidated streets of Joytown, weaving your way towards the huge elevator shaft that leads down to the depths of the hive. Joytown is fairly quiet at this time of day. Most of the bars seem to have closed as you move along, and you see this repeated scene of people cleaning up from the previous night. The brothels are closed, and you find yourselves moving through the streets with significant ease. There's not a lot of foot traffic, and there's barely any vehicle traffic. More and more people begin appearing on the streets after about an hour's drive, and then begin to dwindle away once more. And you find yourselves heading further out into the less inhabited zones. Eventually, after around 2 hours driving, you reach the elevated platform that you have taken before.
Dave,
Head
before
down.
before we get going too far, like
Mhm.
before the start of the journey, I'd like to pull out my Obscura pipe
Uh-huh.
and load a half dose
Yep.
of Obscura and light it up.
Yep. Okay. Not a problem. Is this before you set off, or once you?
No. Once we're in the car, but towards the start of the journey, once we're maybe, I don't know, quarter of an
Okay.
hour in.
Okay.
Kenny reminds me a bit of myself at times.
There's a bit of canny in everyone. Just don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I've seen, apart from the eating human flesh bit, I've seen a bit of myself in Canny from time to time.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna light up the Obscura.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hand it round. And yeah, well, I'll offer it round to anyone.
Okay. Theranos
I'll,
doesn't take any. He's driving.
How long's the journey?
About an hour. About 2 hours in total. Sorry.
How
2
long
hours
does
to the lift.
How long does the Obscura last?
How long? What? Sorry.
How long does the Obscura last?
A number of hours. Random number of hours.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Go on in this, Liam. Well, and I'll have a bit as well.
Okay.
All right. Seeing as he's joining in, I'll put in a full dose then. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. I would like one of you to roll a d5.
If you don't mind.
you do it, Al.
2.
And roll a d10.
I'll do that. Come
Go for it.
on.
10. That's good, right? High is good.
No. And then finally, I'd like one of you to actually both of you make a toughness test first at -10.
Can I cruise? Carouse?
Yes. So that would just be a straight toughness test for you, Canny.
I fail. I'm gonna use a fate point.
Your
Yeah,
only fate point.
I'm also
I'm
going
not
to.
going to bother.
I'm going to use a fate point.
Yeah, I'll use a fate point as well. Fuck it.
I need my wits about me.
No, I fail again.
Okay. Roll a D100, Johnny.
Oh god.
Can't believe I've got
20.
fucking. Can't believe I'm getting
Is it the bugs
Siegfried
again?
hooked on Obscura, man.
Is it the bugs again?
Not the bugs.
No. The title of this one, Jonathan, is My Hands. You believe your hands have turned into slimy tentacles. Or perhaps the flesh has been stripped to the bone in bloody chunks. It's hard to tell. It seems to switch between the two images. Regardless, you spend the vast majority of this 2-hour journey staring at your hands and just going, ah, ah, ah.
I say.
You count as stunned for the entirety of the journey, which conveniently is 2 hours, the same length of time as you rolled for the effect. Canny, you don't suffer any bad hallucinations this
I'm
time.
gonna
You
be
just
like,
enjoy a nice,
can
chilled out
you see my tentacles?
Yeah, I've seen the tentacles. I've seen them many
My
times. I'll
fingers
just.
are dropping away from my tentacles.
Yeah. It's a good one, that one, isn't it? It's a good one.
Yeah, very good. Just be weird as fuck. And then just like probably sit back and then be like that, and then wiggle about a bit and stuff. Okay.
I want everyone focused on this mission. I'm going to say, gesturing with the obscura pipe. I don't want any fuck ups. I want you all concentrated on the mission at
Are you
hand.
waving your pipe around when you're saying that?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
You're late for that.
I would also like you both. Let's see. Where would this be? This would be here. So I now need you to roll a D100, both of you individually.
49, dude.
89. Ooh. High's good, right? Yeah.
High's good.
High's good.
Okay, so Canny, you from now on until I say otherwise become obsessed with your meat cleaver.
Which one?
Your meat cleaver, not the one you've taken from Missy. Your meat cleaver, and you quite often for the next number of hours will draw, examine, rub, maybe just enjoy the feel of the handle, the grip, and just occasionally test the blade on the odd inanimate object that's nearby, things like that.
It's not too different to normal.
You are also -10 intelligence, fellowship, and perception.
Oh dear. Perception and fellowship. Oh well,
that's on 49, and I got 89. So.
Siegfried, you are nervous about going down to the Underhive. Even though you've been before to the carnival, you are jumpy, you are fearful, you are paranoid, and you see danger everywhere. You gain +10 to perception tests.
Oh my god.
Because of your paranoia.
Excellent.
However, you are also -10 willpower. Roll a d5.
What is it? /
/R space d5.
Okay.
Space D5.
Okay. Yep, you have +10 perception, -10 willpower for the next 2 days. The effects of your come down, which is what this is, will last for the next 10 hours, both of you. So, Canny, you are a bit obsessed with your meat hook. Siegfried, you are incredibly nervous and jumpy for the next 10 hours.
And
Okay?
minus 10 willpower, isn't it?
Minus 10, but plus 10 fellowship.
Kenny's obsessed with his meat
Plus-
hook.
plus
and
10
Siegfried's
fellowship.
nervous.
My
I won't
cleaver,
know.
my meat hook's in pieces in a minute. But...
Yeah,
Plus
the
10
meat cleaver.
fellowship. Dave, is that plus 10 fellowship?
Plus 10 perception.
Plus 10 perception, minus 10.
To represent your high alertness due to being a bit paranoid. Okay.
I'm going to need a sec just to have a piss and get a drink.
Oh, he's
Okay.
My
That's made
goodness.
perception pretty good. I'll make perception 45, which is excellent.
Just gotta go on a serious mission, lads. Let's have something obscure before we go. Woo! Good idea, boys.
Hey, this is R&R, man. This is R&R. When in
You
when
lot
in
off your
Desolatum,
tits.
it's a local thing, apparently.
I embrace and encourage such behaviour because I think it brings a bit more flavour to the game. It's fun.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. And, me being, usually I'm being dick, and I'm like trying to partake in everything.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter.
By
I'll
far-
do it.
By far the
But,
funniest.
Gaius has to abstain by nature because he's a dick.
By far the funniest use or misuse of drugs and alcohol in all the different Dark Heresy games, though, is Leanne, who's supposed to be this devout, pure sister hospitaller. And every time everyone goes shopping or to a bar, she's like, I'll have a drink. I'll have a drink. It's like, Leanne, you're supposed to be role playing a character, not yourself. And she, and she, if you watch Leanne wherever you go, she's like, "Where's the nearest bar or tavern? Is there anyone selling alcohol?" It's like the only thing Mira seems to be interested in. Oh yeah, I'd best do some chemistry stuff. Yeah, good point. Is there a bar near the chemistry store?
Yeah, but secondary talent is actually brews really good ale.
Yeah. She could actually
bring that in. Maybe bring that in. You know, she might actually like that as a skill.
Hayden, it's part of her skill set. She can brew alcohol. I don't think she's realised yet, but she can. But,
maybe
anyway,
tell her.
Oh, no, I can't tell her everything. Got to leave some to her imagination. Right. Okay. So you reach the elevator, and about this time, this is when your hallucinations are wearing off you two, but the come down still lasts.
Oh, thank God for that.
And you begin to ride down in this elevator, which takes a good 20, 30 minutes to go down through a number of levels. It's quite slow, but it's also many dozens of levels it has to travel.
I'm just going to get my sniper rifle, sort of look at it and stuff as well.
Okay. After a lengthy ride down the elevator shaft, you follow the familiar darkened tunnel and emerge into the spacious cavern, seeing the industrial runoff waterfall spewing its noxious filth into the lake that surrounds the Carnival of Catastrophe. You see the familiar form of Jax, head of security, sitting on a crate by the rickety bridge that spans the lake, smoking an IO stick. He stirs as he hears your footsteps, peers into the entrance to the darkened tunnel, and then says, "All right, Kenny, back again so soon?"
Yeah, can't stay away, can I? How's you doing? Hey?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good, mate. Carnival's closed down at the minute, but you were always welcome. And he removes the crummy rope from the bridge and gestures you in.
Oh, cheers. What do you know then? You anything?
He says, no, nothing. Business has been pretty good. Usual clientele, no major trouble. Nothing bad's happened for quite some time. It's been pretty fucking nice, actually, for a change. You know, just chill out, have a smoke, have a drink, not have to crack a few heads.
Oh, very good. Well, you look after yourself, and we'll get about our business.
Righto. Catch you in a bit. See you later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay, so you cross the rickety bridge, and Jax eyes up Spring, Siegfried, Gaius, and Ferinus as you all file past. Not aggressively, not hostile. Just he's doing his job. He's keeping an eye on people, being careful. Before you, the carnival stands, lit from within by many burning torches, and also the soft green glow of the putrid lake around it. It's quiet. You see one or two of the carnival folk going around. It is midday. Canny, you know the carnival doesn't really start till late afternoon, early evening usually. This is the time that the carnival workers use to prep the entire place. You stride through the gates of the carnival, and where would you like to go?
I'm going to lean over to Gaius. You've not been here before, have you, Gaius?
No.
You've not been to my
yeah.
my beautiful home, have you?
I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the most prettiest places I've been, to be honest, Kenny.
Yeah, well.
I've been, coming from a place where everybody murdered and maimed and killed everything, this seems quite sunny.
Well, let me give you some advice. Ignore this advice at your peril. Don't eat
Kenny, I'll
anything
take
that you haven't
anything what you
seen.
say to me.
Don't eat anything you haven't seen.
You
cooked.
what?
Don't eat anything that you haven't seen cooked. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go swimming in the lake. Yeah.
What?
The lake.
I really felt like doing that, Kenny.
Hey, I'm just saying. I know it looks
I
appealing.
really felt like doing it. It does.
Don't volunteer for the arena fights at all. It'd be fixed against you.
Oh, well, that sounds even better, Kenny.
Hey,
That sounds even better.
what's got into you? Have you been hitting up the old pipe when I've not been looking?
Oh, before you met me, Kenny, I was challenging all sorts of people to duels. I even fought little Seraph in a hand-to-hand duel.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is if don't fight.
She would have kicked me ass if she had a weapon, but luckily she didn't.
All I'm saying is the arena will be heavily stacked against you. So take my advice and don't let them suck you in.
I can't guarantee that, Kenny.
Well,
I can't guarantee that.
I give you this advice. You take it or ignore it at your leisure. And
I understand, but
I'll just,
you're right.
I'll just
You're
stick
right.
with-
I
I'll
am
stick
right
with
to
you.
trust you. You're the man of no moment. I
Well,
will trust what you say.
I mean, you might end up in a fight with someone like me if you're not careful.
Yeah, but I won't be too worried, can he?
Finally, and most importantly, if anyone asks you if you want to see Fat Fanny, say no.
Yeah, and I'll look at Canny's direction sort of sideways whilst I'm peering around nervously, and I'll be like, "Yeah, you don't want to see Fat Fanny."
And Gaius will look disgusted and say, "I will do no such thing."
Very good, very good.
And
Right,
put
well,
naked.
I thought we
Spit on the floor and look disgusted.
well, I was going to suggest to you that you went off and entertained yourselves, but there doesn't seem to be much going on at the time being. Yeah. Well, I need
Well,
a
I
bit of a.
suppose not when he can't go fight in the arena, can he?
Well, you can do. I'm just advising you not to do it. That's just
I know.
my advice.
I know.
Freely given. I'm not your master. You do as you like.
I might have a round.
Yeah, maybe you will.
Anyway, I'm just gonna stick to you like glue, Kenny, because I was here before and I know what sort of place this is. And tonight I'm feeling a little bit, I feel a bit twitchy. I don't know why. I just, I'm just seeing danger everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I'll look after you. Don't you worry about it, Stevie. Why don't you try a bit of this, and I'll hand over the bottle of blush.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, this will take the edge off.
Oh, thank you very much, Kenny.
Okay.
Still getting used to R&R like that, and I'm just gonna wink at him like that.
No, I'm not giving you as such. It's still quite a bit full, but I'm offering you a swag.
I'll have a swag, yeah.
Okay, give me a toughness test at plus 30. You didn't drink earlier, did you? So yeah.
No, he didn't start drinking at 9 o'clock like some of us did.
No.
That's. I look at it. I look at it quite surprised. I'm like, That's really good, Kenny. What is it?
It is quite good.
It's the good stuff. This it's called blush. First time I've had it myself. Actually, got to see if I can get some more. To be honest.
I stand corrected. You're truly a gentleman and a man of taste. And I'm just
Yeah.
going to hand it back. I like that.
Is it a
Wow.
drink? Are you
Outstanding.
drinking a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look a bit
Is
like.
this something I can drink normally? Can I have a drink of blush?
Well, I'm gonna look a bit put out.
Would that
Like
be
I
all
didn't
right,
really,
Kenny?
like I didn't really want to hand it round to everyone. But yeah, and I go, yeah, of course you can have. Yeah, of course you can have some blush. Yeah, of course you can.
All right, I'm going to try a bit of blush.
Okay, give me a carouse test. So it'll be a half your toughness plus 30 for your first drink.
Off my toughness plus 30. Toughness. Click that.
Yeah, this will put airs on your
Doesn't
chest.
submit that. So half my toughness plus 30. I got 54. It won't be enough then. With 0.8 degrees.
It says it's past there, hasn't it? Or
It's
Yeah,
just
no.
That's straight
25,
toughness.
27 plus 30 would be 57. So yeah, that is
just
a pass.
Hey.
Okay, Siegfried, roll a d10.
4.
Your skin takes on a slight yellow tinge, but not like a jaundiced yellow, like a honeybee stripe yellow. But it's quite faint. But as you continue walking, you can see it getting stronger and stronger. Gaius, roll a d10.
Kenny, I'm like one of the carnival lights. This is great. Wow.
yeah.
It's really taking the edge off.
Yeah. Just wait till you get the
Six.
Wait till you get the inevitable come down, though.
Oh, it's always a price.
There's always a prize. You can't run away from it forever. I'll drink for that.
Gaius, as you begin to feel the warm glow from this drink, it's quite a good drink actually. But you turn a kind of pale blue color, almost a sky blue.
Oh shit. I'm just going to take this in my stride.
Fairness peers round at you, Canny, and goes, "Is that for everyone then?"
Yeah, of course, everyone. I was meaning to share it with everyone. Yeah, go on, have a bit then. I'm a
Kenny's
lot more.
bite his lip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. At the minute, I'm really trying to put on a good face here, but
That's
probably
just
struggling.
expensive as well, isn't it? It's really expensive.
Very expensive.
And Spring goes, "Oh yeah, leave the girl out. Yeah, girls can't do their drink, can they?"
No. I'm handing around everyone. I'm just getting to you in a minute, Spring.
She grins at you cheekily.
Spring, fucking
She grins at you cheekily and then swags it and passes it back to you.
Easy.
I
We're
started
multiple West Death Squad now. Yeah.
with the
We
Rainbow
are
Warriors, aren't we?
multicolored. Yeah, with the Rainbow Warriors. Between us.
Dave, I started the day with half a bottle of blush.
Yep.
So how much should I have now?
Five shots out of it. You've got quarter of a bottle left-ish.
Okay, very good.
Spring turns a bright pink colour, which almost matches her Mohican. The best way to describe Spring, by the way, I was thinking about this earlier. You know, in Pokemon, you know Misty.
Yeah.
Think of a punk version of Misty with a pink mohawk, and that is how Spring dressed.
Got you.
Yeah, she's got like dungaree shorts and a t-shirt underneath, and she's a little bit hyperactive. Okay, where would you like?
Why did we take it?
How are her burns, by the way?
She's heavily scarred. Her left arm is heavily scarred, and so is a patch on her neck. But that's it. The rest of her's okay. Her right arm has got quite a lot of gang tattoos on it. Her face is quite an attractive face. She's got a lot of piercings in her eyebrows and her nose and her ears, but she's got a pretty face. She wasn't scarred by the fire on her face, just up her neck. But she still looks good. It gives her character, you know.
Okay, I'm going to wander around then. I guess the gift shop is shut then, Dave.
The gift shop doesn't have a sign on the door to tell you if it's open or closed.
Well, I'll start my looking there then.
Okay.
Head off to the gift shop.
Okay, so you wander up to the gift shop door.
Is it open? Is it closed?
It's not. Well, it's closed.
I'll bang on it. Come on, old chopper! You slag!
Come in.
I can let myself in.
Okay. You enter Chopper Baz's gift shop. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Siegfried,
following
in.
I'm
Oh,
following
you're all
Danny.
I'm going to go in
Fairness,
mob handy.
Yeah.
Fairness and Spring will go with you as well. You enter the gift shop. And Chopper Baz is sitting behind the counter, shirtless, eating a sump dog, and staring at the brightly coloured tattoos on his own chest that shift in colour and shape, and he just stares at them, munching his eyes wide. He looks up at you as you
You eating all that, Chopper?
and a grin spits his face, and he says, "All right, yeah. And he reaches under his desk and brings an injector up and stims himself. And he says,
That's Gaius losing his patience.
"All right, Kenny, how you doing?"
Oh, all the best. See you, Chopper, you old salt. I was just saying, you got to eat all that. I'm going to motion to the sump dog.
He looks at it and he takes another bite and then hands you the last third or so of the hot dog.
Oh, you gentleman, you gentleman. How's it going, Chopper? Long time? Well, short time no see.
Yeah. It's good. Business is good. It's
Keeping well.
I had a word with my my contact, didn't I? You know,
Oh, yeah.
one up Ive, who you were asking about.
Yeah. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
He says, "Yeah, right. Here's the thing. I spoke to my guy, but he's a little wary. You know, I'm sure you understand.
Of course, I understand.
He's not so keen on dealing with someone he ain't really met yet. You know.
Yeah, well, that was the point of an introduction.
I mean, I vouch for you, you know. But well, he's understandably cautious, you know. He's offered to meet you. Said I could take you to see him whenever you're ready. It's mid-eye, quite a walk. We'll have to head up a few levels, take a mag rail train. You'll need some coin. Bribe the sanctuaries as we pass this purity gate. They don't like letting us hive scum in without a price. The name of him is King Sanchez. He's a smuggler, a rogue, contacts up and down the hive as well as further afield on other worlds. He's a powerful man.
You've really outdone yourself today, Chopper. I'm going to slide him sleight of hand him a wrap of Obscura.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
I certainly don't have it, but let's give it a go.
Half your agility.
Okay.
Everyone else make an awareness test.
Half your agility. Yeah.
I'm completely oblivious because I'm still coming down. So
It's a fail, Dave.
I'm looking at the shadows and roll. You know, if there's aisles in this shop, I'm doing commando rolls, just like hiding behind things and stuff.
You still manage quite a sly little pass across the counter to him, and he takes it from you. Sliding it across the desk. Makes fists with his hand, and it's gone.
I happen to come in a bit more hardware, a bit more weaponry. You don't suppose you're in the mood for buying, are you? Or maybe trade? Got any barter?
Says, well, that depends entirely on what you're selling, my good sir.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
At this point, I'm going to walk up and then I'm just going to take the thing off the splinter rifle off my back, and then I'm just going to unroll it slowly, and then go, "What about this?" Right, and then step back.
How rude of me! I appear to have forgotten my manners. These are my good friends. Good friends. This is Siegfried, good man in a fight. Good man to have beside you. This is
Nice
Gaius.
Chopper Baz, and I'm
Hello.
just going to put my hand out. I'm just going to put my hand out, like, you know what I mean? Try and shake his hand.
He takes your hand and gives you a vigorous shake. It's not like a power grip type thing. It's just it's quite an earnest, friendly handshake.
Any friend of Canny's is a friend of mine.
He said, yeah, same goes for me, isn't it? Yeah.
This is a beautiful spring, and another good man to having a fight. Fairness, solid chap. This guy.
Fairness just sort of goes, all right, and he goes, all right, big fella. And Spring goes, all right, how you doing? Oh, nice place you got here. Can I? And she knocks a load of shit over on a shelf. And Baz is like, oh, fucking hell, no, just tell me, don't, I'll leave it, I'll clean it out myself. And Spring goes, oh, sorry, tries to pick up a few bottles and drops a load more shit. She's like, oh, fucking hell, sorry, I've fucked it, I've proper fucked it.
Oh, you calm your nerves, love. Calm your nerves. It's all right. Chopper Baz has been about the bush a bit. He's an old slag. Don't worry about him.
Everyone make an awareness test.
Slight base.
Yes.
I think that is that might be a pass. I don't know. Yeah, that's a pass.
No,
'cause I've got
all failed.
perception, awareness.
I've passed.
Yeah, I pass. That's
Okay.
good.
Johnny,
Canny,
I've got
can I
plus
just
10.
tell Johnny something before you all start? Johnny, if you get your character sheet on, and if you
Yeah.
click on the icons, like the roll number on your character sheet, it'll do a roll with the fancy script. You know what we've
right,
got,
okay.
so it'll do it
Yeah,
with
yeah.
their degrees of success and failure.
Ah,
Modifies it on that.
it's really
So if
handy.
you
You
just
can add
click
your
on the
modifiers.
numbers, you can do that.
Yeah.
To
So
try it is to love it.
So it's
It's
perception,
good.
isn't it? It's perception,
Yeah.
isn't it? So my perception.
Yeah, I have the count.
I'm just doing practice now. So what I'll do
Yeah,
is I just press on the perception.
Yeah, there's also like all the skills are listed. So if you've got say plus 10 in a skill or plus 20 or what have
There
you,
you are.
Add that
2.1
in.
degrees of success.
You can do it with
Yeah.
weapon attacks and everything. You know, it's spot
I
on.
just thought I'd let you know because I didn't know until
with,
figured out. Nobody even told me when they was doing it. I had to figure out
You can do it-
myself. I didn't ask
You can
him.
do it with damage for your weapons as well. If you find your weapon on your character sheet next to the damage dice, it tells you there's a little button that says roll, and you can just click that as well. So anyway, Canny
Cool.
and Gaius. No, Canny and it was Canny and Gaius passed, didn't you?
It was
Uh,
Kenny and Jonathan.
Johnny.
Cardo.
Johnny.
Oh, Canny and Siegfried. Sorry, you both see. You see Spring after she finishes faffing about, picking everything up, trying to put it back, and Baz tells her to leave it. She backs away and she's like, "Oh, sorry," and she stuffs her hands in her pockets.
No matter instrument. Very good. Sorry, go on.
Okay, where were we?
So please, what did I say? Did she assume she stole from the shop? Did she?
Yeah, you think she's probably pocketed something? Yeah.
Okay. Right. Anyway, I'm going to also going to take out from my inventory a grenade launcher and a heavy stubber and put them down beside the splinter rifle.
Okay. And a splinter rifle. Okay. Give me a what is it? Trade type skills of fellowship, aren't they? So just give me a Canny. Give me a fellowship roll. I suppose you don't have. Oh, do you have barter?
I do have barter, yes.
Okay, give me a full-on fellowship barter roll then.
Fail.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
No.
I've rolled
Oh yeah, I'm
pretty
at minus 10 because of my.
Oh, you are, yeah. I've rolled pretty shit as well. He picks up the grenade launcher and turns it over in his hands for a few moments and says, "Fucking hell, don't see many of these down here."
Yeah, got to be worth something, right?
Yeah, it is. And he says, I'll give you 150 thrones for it right now.
Oh, that seems very reasonable. Yeah.
Okay.
150 thrones.
And he begins pulling out throne chips and stacking them up while staring at the heavy stubber. Making
Oi, Kenny. Charge him 50 more.
50 more. No, this is old Chopper's amazing.
No. 50 more, Kenny.
Hold on, guys. You ain't the fucking boss of me. You don't fucking tell me what to do.
I know
no
you
one told me
don't.
what to fucking do. Wind your neck in, you fucking sin eater.
I don't care, Kenny.
Back it the fuck up.
Fucking
You're
care.
my turf now. No one tells me what to do. No one.
You don't boss me about. I'm gonna fucking come down too.
Spring jumps up on the counter and just sits there going,
How dare you?
Okay, I'm gonna start taking out my meat cleaver. I'm gonna start waving around, saying, "You want a bit of this, do you? You want a bit of Molly?"
Kenny, you know the rules. You know the rules. There's no bloodshed in the gift shop.
I'm gonna point to the sign that says no bloodshed in the gift shop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smash the sign with the meat cleaver.
And then I'm gonna start singing. Molly had a dolly and her head popped off. Molly had a dolly and her head popped off. Molly had a dolly and her head popped off, and that's where all of us says Daddy.
Yeah,
Ah!
yeah. All right. I'll pull the meat cleaver out of the sign, and I'll start to stroke and say, "Don't listen to the nasty fucker. Don't listen to the bad man. He won't hurt you. He won't hurt me. He won't hurt anybody. It's just me and you. Me and you, Molly. Forever."
Oh, sorry, Kenny. Sorry, Kenny. I don't know
Take
what
my
got
heart
over
out.
me. I'm gonna apologise now, Kenny. After all that, let's shake on it.
Yeah. I'll shake. I'll give him a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say, look, guys, between you and me, you've not been the fucking same since that ritual. You've not been the fucking same. You need to be careful. All that sin's driving you mad.
I got a little bit corrupted during that, Kenny. But
Yeah. You took all my sin, didn't you?
I think it's made me a more well-rounded person, to be fair.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I would say 150 thrones. I've taken the advisement of my colleague here, and he thinks 150 thrones is a good price.
Okay.
Ask him 125 for compromise, please, Kenny.
Hey, what, from 150 to 125? How the fuck does that work? That's reverse angle.
No. I mean,
You've got fucking
175.
bonkers. He's got
It's a
fucking
drug.
bonkers.
It's a fucking drugs, Kenny. 175. I mean,
What?
buff him
Baz.
up. He can afford it.
Baz just puts an IO stick in his mouth and lights it and stands there watching you as he smokes, like watching you two back and forth arguing, like what the fuck is going on?
And can I make awareness tests to make it see if I spot him doing this?
And as he does that, can I take the 150 thrones?
Because if I spot him doing this, it's gonna.
as this
I'm
all
gonna say
happens, can I
something to him.
Make an awareness test, guys.
I'm gonna take the 150 thrones and just slide it back and then push the gun towards him.
Okay.
Oh, what's my awareness? 31. It's a fail by not point.
Yeah, you don't notice. You don't notice.
All right, fair enough.
And then Baz suddenly goes, "So anyway, the stubber, Kenny.
Yeah. Stop. How much for this beautiful piece
Make-
of hardware?
Make another barter test for me, please." This is because you're quite good friends. You don't have to try and barter. It's just about whether he gives you a decent price or not because of your relationship. Okay.
That's
He
a
says,
pass, even at mine's turn.
"I'll give you 400 thrones for the heavy stubber."
Oh,
And
so what's that?
you see him licking his lips as he stares at the heavy stubber as well.
So that's total 550, yeah?
Yep.
And what about my good friend here? He's got a what's this? Some sort of rifle.
He
Give him
picks
a
it
good
up.
price. Treat him like you treat me, won't you, Baz?
He picks it up and he hefts it for a moment and then says, "I tell you what, Kenny, since it's you, I'll be honest with you. I do not have a fucking clue what this is, and I could not make you a fair offer. I have never seen nothing like this in my whole life."
Can I just take it off him and then I'll just basically put one of the clips into his thing, and then I'm gonna fire it into the no shooting part of no gun part of the sign.
Okay.
Like, and just spray a burst to go into the no shooting, no guns. Like that.
Make a roll a D100 for me.
2.
He glances at you, Siegfried, for a moment as you put a burst of these splinters into the wall, and he glances back at Canny and says, "I'll be fucking honest, Canny, I don't really want to touch this, but King Sanchez might be interested."
Yeah, no worries. It's probably for the best. You don't want to be messing around with this sort of stuff. If anyone
Right.
catches you with it, they might, probably execute you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah. Probably for the best. Probably
Yeah.
for the best. Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah,
you.
we wouldn't want that, would we, Chopper?
No,
And
no.
I'm just gonna put it back into take the clip out and then just roll it back into the thing.
Okay.
That. And then
So,
we'll be back again.
So tell me, old chops, you got any more of that blush? That was the fucking stuff, wasn't it?
He says, "Blash, yeah, I've got one bottle left, mate. If you're interested."
Do I?
It's a pricey thing, mate. It's not the sort of thing I would normally expect you to be purchasing, but you seem to have gained expensive taste, so it would be my dunk. And he puts the bottle on the counter in front of him and goes, "Pleasure to sell you this.
All right. What's the damage?
200 thrones, my good
Oh,
man."
how much? Yeah. That's all right. 200. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll pay the 200. Well, yeah. Okay. And yeah, nice one. Nice. Fair trade and bar. All parties happy. So, anyone else want to buy anything while we're here? You check out the gifts. There's some lovely little knickknacks here.
He says, "Oh, fuck the gifts. The gifts are fucking trash." I'll tell you what I've got, though. And he pulls out a shelf from under the counter and puts it in front of you. And there's assorted small vials containing various ground compounds.
Oh, I know.
I says, my sweet selection is quite exquisite, Kenny.
Oh, yeah. Do go on.
He points at the first row of stuff, and this is familiar. There's quite a few vials of this, and you recognise it. It's Obscura. He says, "Your usual particular weapon of choice, Kenny, as always." And here, and he points at a series of other vials that seem to have a silvery, almost metallic liquid in. And he says, "This, my friend, is something new. This is a tension spanner."
You what?
Attention.
What was it again?
It makes you a bit smarter, if you know what I mean.
Sounds like you need some, Kenny.
What are you trying to say, Siegfried?
What was that?
What was it again?
Yeah, what was that?
You've lost me.
What are we talking about?
Don't mind then. Let's carry on.
Lighten up.
So we're off to see King Sanchez.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
makes you cleverer. What are you calling me thick?
Tension
No,
spanner.
not at all, Kenny. However, sometimes if you need to be smarter, this'll do the trick.
All right. And
What's that?
how much is this then?
Says, "For you, Kenny, I'll do it at 75 thrones."
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take 3 doses. Yeah.
Nice. And he fishes out 3 small vials and hands them to you. And he says, "They'll fit into any standard injector."
Okay.
And he points at the next column of powder, and there's only 2 or 3 of these. And he says, "This is something new too. This is glimmer." And he pushes one across the table to you and turns it in the light, and you see it's a liquid, and it looks dark like Obscura. But as he turns it in the light, you see it's a very dark bottle green. And he says, "Bit like your favourite, but without the come down."
All right. Well, I kind of like the come down. It stops me from going too mad on it. You know, if it weren't for the come down, I'd probably be on it all the time.
He says, "Fair. It's
How
a
much
bit
is
more
this then?
expensive as well.
Yeah.
It's about twice the price of your Obscura. It's 50 thrones a shot, mate."
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I've got plenty of Obscura at the minute. I don't need any more. Come down. It. You know, I look at it like an old friend. You know.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, be a bit weird not having the come down. Yeah, I'd probably go overboard. And I won't want to lose control.
And he looks at you knowingly and says, "No, you wouldn't." And then he pushes another little vial across to you, and this is a powder. It's a much smaller vial, this narrower vial. He says, and this is kick. You ever feel a little tired, a little sleepy, like you're ready to lay down and have a little nap? You one of these, you'll be right as rain within seconds. This is kick.
Kick, eh?
Game terms, it removes fatigue and gives you a short-term immunity to fatigue.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
how would that be any better than a stim though?
It's different to a stem.
There must be some sort of drawback to this.
That sounds like it. How much
Some
is this then?
horrific drawback.
For you, Kenny, my old mate, 70 phones a dose.
Oh, go on, and I'll just in the interest of science, I'll have a go on that. Just the one, like,
Okay.
you know, just in the interest of science.
In the interest of science, of course. And he says,
Yeah.
also, I've got some of this. And he pushes another small vial, similar to the one he's just shown you with kick in it.
He's got more drugs than Boots the chemist.
And this, again, is a powder with a slight metallic tinge to it. And he says, and this, my friend, this is wide awake. If kick ain't doing it for you, this will bring you out of anything.
I need some of that.
All right, yeah. No, what's the damage on this one?
50 thrones a dose.
Yeah, go on. I'll have a wide awake. Yeah,
I'll take 2 of those if you've got it.
Okay.
Yeah. You got enough to sort my good friend out here out, haven't you? Treat him like you would me, yeah. Give him the same price, yeah.
Okay, so what the difference is between kick and wide awake is kick removes fatigue for a number of rounds. It's like a combat stim, but not quite the same. Wide awake removes fatigue. It makes you ignore fatigue for a number of hours rather than rounds.
Sounds good to me.
So whereas kick removes it, but only for so many rounds. Wide awake ignores it for so many hours. So wide awake effectively
It's better.
It only makes you ignore it. So if you're fatigued for say 10 hours and it ignores it for 5 hours, you will be fatigued at the end of it. Whereas kick will remove it permanently. And make you immune to it for a number of rounds. So they're 2 different drugs for 2 different situations.
Yeah.
You know, one's a combat drug. One is I'm not in combat, but I need to pass a test drug.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go for a wee, and then we'll carry on.
Have we got through the gates?
The gates. We're inside, buddy. We're in the gift
We're all
shop.
inside. Good.
Yeah, we're in the gift shop at the minute.
I thought it was in a shop, but there's a lot going on in the shop.
There is.
It's a drug shop, isn't it?
Well, it's technically a gift shop, but you know the gifts I want are, you know.
Gift of stimulants. Yes.
But yeah, he's definitely a dealer. He's old Chopper Baz.
Gaius is slightly disgusted.
Oh, get over it.
His pious nature will.
And
It's something I love, so Gaius must hate it. That's how I play Gaius.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. I tried to play reverse myself.
Yeah, I think that white stuff would be quite good, Kenny. Sounds all right.
You never know when stuff like this will come in handy, do you?
That's it. Get in the bag.
Okay.
Rude not to buy a gift from the gift shop.
Yeah, we'll be rude.
Okay. Anything else you'd like from Baz?
Yeah, can I ask him about that other non-come down Obscura?
Glimmer. Yeah.
What's happened
So
to Siegfried?
It's 50 thrones a dose. Just shut that down.
Yeah, give me 2 doses of that.
Okay. So 2 doses of glimmer is 100 thrones. If you want to knock that off your character sheet and
I
add
will.
2 doses of glimmer, I'll tell you exactly what glimmer does. Glimmer is a narcotic similar to Obscura, but it only has 1 hour dreamlike state as opposed to the D5-hour hallucination. It does
That's
reduce
better.
your perception and willpower, and you have to make a toughness test or fall asleep when you take it. However, when taken in certain conditions, when there's a lot of light, it can do other things.
Okay. Okay.
So, in other words, it doesn't cause hallucinations as a matter of course, but in light, if you're in bright light, it can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not as, although it's more expensive than Obscura, it's not as negative as not Obscura.
Yeah, that sounds
But
good to me.
but when it does be negative, it can do some very strange things.
Be
Okay.
a Lord's choice, wouldn't it, to go for the higher
Hmm.
value choice?
It would. That's what
Yeah.
I thought. So
It's a higher quality hallucinogenic, but when it goes bad, it can go very bad.
okay, that sounds good.
But it's
to me.
got a very small chance of going bad. Okay. Okay, so anything else you'd like to do in
I would-
Baz's gift shop?
Baz, have you got an Arbite shield?
He looks at you and goes, "No. Do you want one?
Yeah.
All right. Give us some coin. I'll see what I can do." You know.
All right. How much do you want?
He looks you up and down for a moment.
And as he's looking me up and down, and I'm going to look him up and down and say, be fair about it.
I'm going to say, ask him for 50 more thrones. Ask him for 50 more.
I will, yeah. Fuck you, Kenny. Fuck you, big oaf.
He says,
I'm not scared of you.
give us 40 thrones, and I'll see what I can find.
Oh, well, here you go. Take 50.
Get a trash can. He'll go back. He'll get a trash
And
can.
10 is just for
Trash
you.
can lid with an Aquila sprayed onto it. Wow.
So I've given him 10 extra for himself.
Okay. He takes the
And,
coin and he grins at you and says, "Thank you very much. A pleasure doing business with you."
And just before it goes, or whatever he's going to say, don't rip me off.
Would I? Would I? I am deeply offended, sir. I am deeply offended that you would suggest that I would rip you off. You are a friend of
I'm
my
just
friend, and therefore a
referring
friend.
to as a backup because, after all, if you do not have a warning, you do not know what's at stake. So, as I say again, do not rip me off, and I respect our comradeship.
You know, you don't have to worry about Chopper. He's as straight as a. Yeah, he's as straight as a piece of rebar.
He
You vouch for him, Kenny. All right then.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Chopper.
I trust your judgment.
Yeah, I trust him implicitly.
he
I'll say
grins
that
at
word. I
you.
don't say that. That's too fancy for Kenny. Sorry.
He grins at Gaius the whole time you're saying these things to him, and then he looks over at Canny as Canny's speaking, then looks back at Gaius and just just nods.
I'll just give him a wink.
He looks back at you and tries to wink, but he don't really seem to know how, and he just keeps blinking at you.
Fucking
By the way, we all
fucking
done it then, guys.
Purge them
all-
all!
Yeah, yeah.
Purge them all! Purge them all!
I was
You,
gonna-
you can't hear in Guy's head. This is what's happening in Guy's head right now.
We all
You
done
can't hear
it.
this.
We all done it, guys. My ears are burning for some reason. I don't know why.
I want to get some IO sticks as well. Can I get some IO sticks while I'm here?
He says, "Yeah, sure," and he starts pulling loads of packs of IO sticks out, all different brands, and he's like, eight thrones a pack to you guys, I suppose."
What are your best brand?
He looks over for a moment and selects one in a golden packet and pushes it towards you and says, "They're my weapon of choice, my friend."
I would go for Chuffer's choice myself.
And he picks up a dirty brown packet and holds them out to Canny and says, "Oh, you don't change, do you?"
Fine. 8
I'll
crowns.
just slide the gold packet. How much for those?
They're all 8 phones, mate.
All right, fantastic. I'll take the gold pack then.
Just the one?
Yeah, 2 packs. 2 packs.
Okay.
Yeah. A lighter as well. You know, you never know when one of those will come in handy.
Okay, so that'll be 16. Call it 20 thrones.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No, I'm all done here, guys. Always a pleasure,
me
Chopper.
too.
Always a pleasure.
He puts
Sorry,
his
Thank
money
you
back.
sorry,
very much, Mr. Chopper.
sorry
Sorry
about
for
the
being a
sign. Yeah. Sorry about the
It's-
sign.
He looks at the sign and says, "Yeah, it's just one of them things, I suppose, Kenny. Oh, you know,
One of them things, isn't it?
it's not the first time you've mercilessly carved up my shop for no particular reason, is it?"
Oh, you two right there, ain't you?
I'm just gonna say, just so you know, just make sure you don't scratch yourself on one of those shards that I find in there. It wouldn't do you any good. Okay.
He looks up at the wall and then back at the rifle that's now wrapped in the bundle of rags and goes, "Right, noted."
Yeah.
But I would say, don't worry, because the Emperor protects.
Indeed,
Au
he
revoir.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Joey.
The Emperor protects.
I'm just going to grab a beer. Hang on.
That's a good idea.
Still see a little bit of tentacle action going on more than the Aquila. Coming back a little bit.
Bruce Marines! Back for the back throne!
Well, Siegfried's on there.
Stop for the stop god!
This is R&R, so I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna do some weird doses of stuff and just chill out a bit. Yeah.
Fucking right. It's good for a
it's hot.
psychopath to unwind every now and then.
It is. Got to kick back. Appreciate the finer
Yep.
things in life. So,
Yeah, drugs, underhive, sausages, that sort of thing.
I love the comment today, sap for sap god.
Sap for the sap
Is the best.
god!
Back for the back throne. Bruce Marines.
Bring me their lead.
Honestly,
oh,
it was genius. Alan put it on. I was just fucking. I was in stitches because it's
The
a tree
spruce.
surgeon, but like it's 40k. It was just so like. Oh! I sent it to my mate Rowan, who's also a 40k geek and a tree surgeon, and he was just going, "That's genius!"
Yeah,
So, you know,
Bruce Marine had me chuckling for a long time.
Yeah, Bruce Marine. Gets a wheel and chain saw and everything.
Excuse me. Oh,
Don't
that's-
die, you bastard. Don't
Huh.
die.
I feel like something stuck.
I'll be dead before you all.
Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh, right. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to do in the
I've
carnival.
just googled spruce marines, and it's like just come up with all these pictures of like marinas and stuff.
So, does anyone want to do anything else in Chopper Baz's or the carnival at large or anything like that?
I'm just going to ask, have you got anything sort of mild, just sort of sipping whilst walking around? Nothing that's going to blow my head off. Just something that will relax me a little. I'm on R&R.
He says, "Oh, R&R, yeah, R&R, yeah. I know what that is. Yeah,
Yeah, we're always on R&R, me and you, Chopper, aren't we? Hey.
yeah. I've got this," and he pulls out. It's a bottle of generic Decilium Amasec. You've seen it countless times in bars and things like that.
Yeah, it ain't too strong. It ain't too strong, is it? I mean,
It's just your normal Amasec. It's
Cool.
not that good. It's not that strong either.
all right, cool. Yeah, I'll get some of that.
Okay.
How much is that?
That is 40 thrones.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll have fault as well.
Okay, 40 thrones for each of you then,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to do that. Okay.
I'm just gonna basically uncork it or whatever and just have a swag and then pass it to Kenny.
Go for it.
Okay.
Give me a
Yeah, you'd be rude not to.
give me a
I think
charisma
I-
test.
I need
So,
to keep my wits about me. now.
53. So I'm a bit. Ooh,
so it's half your toughness plus 20. So I don't think that's a pass.
no.
You are now fatigued. You are at -10 to all stats.
Unless I take the thing that ignores fatigue. So which
If
I'm going
that's
to
what
do.
you want to do.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
So is that which one was that? The kick or the wide awake?
The wide awake.
Okay. So you only bought one, and then you've taken. Oh no, you
Got two. I
bought two.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So yep, you are fatigued, and then you're not fatigued immediately after as you snort this powder. Roll a d5 for me.
Okay. Was it forward slash?
Space d5.
1.
Okay. Okay. So you are no longer fatigued. It's currently about 1 p.m. What would you like to do?
Okay.
So
We're going to this. We're going to see this contact then, or
yeah. I mean that's what I'm up. That's what I'm up for.
Yep, me too.
sounds like,
Okay.
sounds like a plan.
So Chopper says, "Yeah, just give us a minute. I'll close the shop. Sell. And after
Bye.
you hear this rummaging from the back, and the sound of it sounds like something falling over, and then something else falls over, and then you hear a load of more rustling, and then this figure comes in from the back of the shop, and it's about 2 foot tall, humanoid, arms and legs, but it's very, very small, just wearing a pair of shorts, and it's deformed. It's a bit twisted. Its spine's crooked. One arm is significantly bigger than the other, but not gigantic. One's quite feeble, one's quite big. And it comes in, its face is all twisted. One eye is very big, and one is hidden behind folds of skin. It comes in and goes, "Sell! Sell!" And Baz goes, "So, mind the store, yeah? Keep an eye on things. If I'm not back before opening, you can manage, can't you?" And the creature goes, "Sell! Sell!" And he goes,
Can I
"Good,
just
good.
Oh, you're looking good, Sal.
Sell! Yeah."
can I just do something?
Yeah.
The inner monologue of Gaius Mortalis. Burn, you fucking mutants. Burn. I hate all of you, you motherfucking mutants. Right, carry on.
Chopper reaches behind the bar, and he grabs. Does he now? Does he really have that?
Does he?
That's unusual. He grabs a shotgun, which he slides into a holster on his back. Puts a pistol. It looks like perhaps a standard auto pistol into a holster, and he has a knife on his hip already. And then he reaches under the counter once more and picks up a rather battered, corroded weapon. It looks like it's been left somewhere for a long time, and it's quite big and heavy, and he obviously struggles with it. But it looks like it's quite a good weapon, or it was, until it became corroded. He went, "I picked this up a few weeks back," pats it on the top and goes, "Right, let's be off, shall we?"
After you, Chops.
All three of you make if you have one, a tech use test. If you don't, you can make a common law Imperium test. If you don't have either of those, you can't make a test.
I think I've got common law Imperium.
have common law Imperium.
yeah,
It's on 39.
I'll do
believe I
common
have-
law 'cause
I
it's
believe
better.
I've got that. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yay! Our Imperium savvy.
No,
Oh,
I
our
don't
bites.
think-
So
I
that's
ain't got it.
our
I've got
bites.
common law underworld. That's it.
Wait a second.
Actually, Hayden, common law Arbites would apply.
Would
so
it?
that's fine.
Yay!
I forgot you had that. So you've passed. Canny, you've failed.
Failed.
I
Siegfried.
don't think I can do anything with that.
Oh, you've not got either.
I
Okay.
got one anyway. I would have
Hayden,
passed.
you recognise the weapon that he's carrying. You definitely fucking recognise it. It's a slightly worn, battered, tarnished, standard issue Arbites bolt gun. It looks like it's very old, but you recognise it anyway. It's very similar in design to the one that you saw Justicar Drummond wielding in the deep tunnels.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You're coming up in the world, aren't you, Chopper? Eh?
He says, well, you know, things get hairy sometimes, don't they? You need to have a little bit of firepower.
Yeah, they wouldn't dare mess with me. They wouldn't dare mess with the undisputed champion in the arena.
He says, yeah, I hear when you came back last time, you beat old McCann's new pet.
Yeah, I fucking ate his nose, didn't I?
Yeah, but
Delicious.
you didn't kill it though.
No, well, I mean, I owe McCann a few favours, don't I? How's he doing anyway? I should maybe go and see him before we head off.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's about. If you wanted to go see him for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be rude not to. You guys, yeah, come with me, guys. Meet old McCann if you're not before.
All right then. All right.
He's
then,
my
Ken.
old
Oh,
master.
fine.
Not anymore. Like he sold me to Antonia, didn't she?
We're like an
He
IO
did.
stick, and then stopping the pack around like then wants an IO stick.
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
one. I always take a free hour stick.
I will
Guys.
too. Yes, thank you very
Cheers.
much, Siegfried.
Yeah, you're coming right up in my estimation, Siegfried.
Yeah, I would just say the same actually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'd
Good old
actually-
Siegfried.
I
Good
would
old
actually
lad.
want.
He's not got a stick up his ass after all, has he? Eh?
Well, I'm on
He
holiday.
might have, but I like him with it.
Yeah, I'm
It saved me a couple of times. He's a good man in his own psychotic way.
So, Canny, make a intelligence test. Standard intelligence test with a plus 20 because this is your home turf.
It's a failure.
Okay. You fully expect that the place to find Wiley McCann at this time of day setting up is in the big top.
Ouch. Let's go see him. Let's go to the big top now.
So you enter the big top. Excuse me a moment. There we go. You walk in through the large entranceway that is open. It's usually shrouded in some way, but it's open. No one stops you. And it's fairly quiet inside. You can hear the occasional hammering and the occasional murmur of conversation. And it appears to be empty, save for 2 or 3 carnies who wander around the area, sweeping up rubbish. One of them is touching up paint on the thick wooden fence that surrounds the inside of the arena in the fighting pit. And up in the rafters, you can see a couple of people just, tightening bolts and things like that. At the centre of the tent stands old Wiley McCann without his big elaborate hat, just in his overly long-tailed coat. And he speaks to a woman with small, pointy horns jutting from just above her temples. And he sees you approaching and smiles and goes, "Canny, my boy, so good to see you again. I thought when you left we'd seen the last of you, but here you are again, second time in a week. You getting homesick, son?"
Yeah, too right, old Oh, Wiley, too right. Of course I get homesick. Yeah. This place will always be a part of me. I'm gonna take out my meat cleaver.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start kind of giving myself a little bit of a shave with the with a mono edge, just to make sure that any stubble that started up is trying to take that off and make myself look presentable.
I want you to make a strength test.
Strength. Ooh. No, she's pausing. Or maybe I
Take your lip off.
hope not. I'll try
What have
again.
you got?
I can't see it either. This is the second time I've tried it.
Got
So
49.
I?
Fahrenheit 0.5 degrees.
No, that's an
That's
intelligence.
intelligence.
Roll.
It's not working. I'll just roll instead.
There we go.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not working.
Wiley McCann takes a step back from him and goes, Now, Kenny, there's no need to make things awkward.
Who's making things awkward? You calling me awkward? No one's awkward here. We're all pals. These are my friends.
He just points at your meat cleaver and says, sorry, it's just normally when you draw that thing, it's with intent.
Oh, just get rid of the old stubble.
Okay. So,
just give myself a little bit of a shave.
So what brings you back?
Oh, well, I just had a little arrangement with old Chopper. Just thought I'd come and say hello while I was here, just out of courtesy.
Oh, it's most appreciated, Kenny. It's most appreciated. Tell me, when you fought the other day in the arena,
Oh yeah.
why didn't you kill him?
Well, I thought you'd maybe paid a lot of money for that that beast, and I thought I may be doing you a favor by letting him fight for another day. Like, did I call it wrong?
Make a fellowship test with a +20.
Nope.
Give you the wrong music. Yeah.
He says, well, no, it was it's most appreciated that you left me with my source of income. The only thing is, no one will fight him now, like he was the champion, the one to be defeated, and then the great Canny returned and fucked him the fuck up and left him alive, and now everyone thinks he's cursed. They think if they kill him, you'll come for them in the night and take their balls.
Oh, well, I don't know how these sort of stories go around. It was just a spur of the moment thing. I was trying to do you a favor, old Wiley, but
Don't get me wrong.
if you want, I'll put my cleaver in his head and I'll start brandishing Molly. I'll do it.
Don't get me wrong. You were welcome to join the fight, and you won fair and square. That's not a problem. You understand my predicament, I'm sure. The problem is, Canny, I can't let you just kill him. People will wonder where he's gone, and if you fight him in the arena, well, and you kill him, I'm still left without a champion, and I don't know how that pans out.
How about I fight him?
He swivels around and looks at you and says, now there's an interesting opportunity.
I'm just gonna face palm. I'm just gonna face palm at this point. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'll probably get my ass kicked.
He steps over to you, and old Wiley McCann begins walking around you in a circle and eyeing you up and down as he walks. And he goes, "He certainly looks the part, Canny. You ever seen this boy fight?" And he starts like squeezing
bad mate,
bits
like
of your
2
arm.
seconds.
Yeah, I mean, me and him have had a bit of a spar. Yeah, I wouldn't say a word against Gaius. He's a good lad. And I'm gonna like move up to Gaius and try and whisper in his ear. Do you remember what I told you?
Wiley McCann circles back round in front of Gaius and stares up at you. He's only about 5'6". He's only a little guy. And he
Gaius
looks at you
is
for a moment and he
only like
grabs
a
the
few inches taller than him. He's not big himself.
yeah, but Wiley McCann is just short and fat and a bit round, bit skinny in the leg but round in the belly. And he looks you up and down. He looks up at you and he's not got his. Oh, he has got his coat on. He's got his coat on. He grabs his lapels, looks you up and down, and says, "Son, I would like to offer you an opportunity.
Go on then, let's hear it.
I have a defeated champion in my arena. He is disgraced, and people are afraid to fight him. What I need is somebody who would come and take him on and show other people that he is not to be feared. And if you win, then you become the champion of the arena. But if you don't, people know the orc ain't no god, ain't nothing to be feared. It's just something else." And you realize as he's saying this that his logic's a little bit disjointed.
Yeah, I can see that. I get a laugh to myself because like this ceremony shit, I am roaring from scarred pain. I don't really feel like anything can hurt me anymore. Seems as I've just gone through a whole scarring issue with people carving shit onto my body. Just at the moment, Gaius is slightly on exhilarated plane of pain threshold, where he just doesn't know. This is why we've been playing him slightly different, because after ceremony, he's just gone, woo! Yeah. And he's
And full
singing,
Hulk
he's
Hogan, has he?
tingling. Yeah. Yeah, he's just pepped from this at the moment. He's, he's a man who was self-flagellating before people started carving into his flesh. So, for a man to go a ceremony like this, it's almost like a blissful thing where, yeah, he would be so happy.
Everyone make an awareness test.
Sight, is it?
Yeah.
Fail. I'm still like, I'm just not even. I'm still relaxed on R&R.
Well, actually, I've actually failed by more than I even thought I had.
Okay. Gaius?
Oh, yeah, okay. Mouse, why you're black on black. Black on black. I pass.
Okay. You notice as Wiley McCann says this to you, his skin appears to be a little sallow and grey, and there's a strange smell comes off him, and it's a smell you've smelt before, coming from Canny's bedroom.
Oh. An obscura.
I'd like to say to McCann, because you say he's with a woman. Was it a woman with horns? Do you say?
Mhm.
I want to say, where your manners, or Wiley? You going to introduce me or what?
Yep.
I'm going to nod to the woman.
Okay. He says, "Well, of course, forgive me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to write while speaking, and I'm writing what I'm fucking saying." He says,
How that one
"Well, forgive me. I do declare, I do seem to have forgot my manners." And he turns and says, "Makina, get your ass over here." And this woman glares at Wiley McCann for a moment and strides forward. And you see as she approaches, her eyes are yellow. Not just the iris, but the entire eyes yellow, apart from black slits and these small protruding horns. Other than that, she appears like a perfectly normal human. She She strides forward, a very stern look on her face, and says, "What is it you want, Wiley?" He says, "May I introduce to you my previous arena champion, a dweller of the carnival for many a year, and his friends. This, my dear, is Kenny, the champion of the pit." And she looks you up and down, and you see her looking at your arms, and she says, "I have heard of this Kenny."
I'm going to give her a low bow.
Oh. And she watches you bow, and one corner of her mouth creeps up in a cocky grin. And she says, "I see your pet has manners."
Oi! Don't call him a pet, you infidel. How dare you call a loyal servant of the Emperor a pet? I spit on that.
Oh, I'm no servant of the Emperor. I'm a good, honest, God-fearing
We're
man.
all
Like anyone.
servants of the Emperor, Kenny.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah, you be quiet.
Makina
Is that good one?
Makina watches the exchange between Gaius and Canny, and the grin spreads to both sides of her face. She steps over to Gaius and she says, "Well, this one is most outspoken." And she trails her fingertips across your arm and chest as she walks around you. And then her hand comes up behind your back and up towards the base of your neck. He says, "I like this one. He has spunk." Um, and Wiley says, "Yeah, he certainly does, don't he? So, Kenny, how long are you planning on staying?"
And I just noticed I'm just gonna quick draw something out of pocket and then pass it to her.
Something
Anything.
out of your pocket.
Just anything which I can quick draw and then pass it to her. Just to surprise her. I don't want to like be a total knobhead, just sort of like get the surprise option with something.
Okay, let's
Like
just
a
have a
mind
look.
game back.
Let's have a look. What's in your pocket?
What's in the pocket, precious?
What's in your pockets, precious? Roll a d10 for me.
All right.
What has it got in its pockets, sis?
4. She's got a 4 in her pocket.
1, 2,
No.
Oh, ripped
3,
black
4.
dildo.
No,
You
we mustn't.
you whip out your
Ripped
your
black dildo.
chrono. You whip out basically a pocket watch, a 40k version of a pocket watch,
All right.
standard issue. It's not a fancy thing, and you hold it out to her. Make a fellowship test.
Oh no.
You do have a penalty to this, but I'm keeping it blind.
Oh well. You would.
Yeah, I have to for this one, I'm afraid.
Lucky. So lucky, but it's not so bad.
She looks at the chrono in your hand and then looks back up at you and says, "Yes, it is a little after midday. Very observant of you."
I took it back and smile at her with big teeth.
Okay.
Just be a little bit like, thank you, and then go back about my business.
Okay. And then she turns to Wiley and says, "Was there something specific you wanted, or can I get back to work?" And Wiley says, "No, I don't know. I mean, can you?
Well, I just wanted an introduction. What you new to the carny? I don't remember you around. What are you doing for work? Oh, they're nice horns, I have to say. Very splendid.
Make a fellowship test for the horn comment."
Very mysterious.
She smiles at you and just rubs the side one and goes, "Thank you. I've had them since I was 10. I I've been here a few days. I help where I am needed.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that explains things perfectly. Thank you. Well, my pleasure to meet you.
And she just nods at you and then turns and goes back to the center of the big top and begins tightening some ropes.
Yeah. Gonna whisper in Baz's ear. I've got some ropes you could tighten.
He just looks back at you and goes, yeah, she's a bit horny, isn't she?
Good one, Baz.
Horny?
By the way,
Did I hear this?
I'm gonna sigh. I'm gonna sigh.
Did I hear this?
happily, I'm like,
Young priest.
Make-
Bye.
Make an awareness test, Gaius.
I want to hear this. I really want to make my awareness test here.
use a fate point.
I might do it.
Frivolous use of fate points.
I just. It's at the top. Sorry, I'm taking my time. 31. Click on it, Hayden. Submit.
Submit.
I,
No, you do not. You
I'm
do
just that
hear.
guy sat in the corner on
you
a
do
bloody some joke before him.
You do hear Canny and Baz laughing, but you've no idea what.
And I can't take part.
You are excluded. It's just me and Chopper.
So happy then.
Well, I'll
Get
say
out
to
of our clique.
I'll say to Arnie, well, nice to see you. Yeah, we've got business to be about, so yeah, you take care of yourself, old Wiley.
And
Just
Anna
nice.
goes off, and guys is still stood there over somewhere, going, "Oh no." You said Annie, Al. That's why.
Did
said
I?
that.
I thought
Yeah, you
I
did.
tried to say Wiley.
No, you said Annie. You said Annie. That's why I said.
Get
I
to
thought
the
you said
chopper.
Arnie,
Get
actually,
to
and
the
I
Yeah,
thought
you
you
chopper.
did.
said
You
Wiley.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Annie. That's
Whoops.
smart.
So
Wow.
Wiley says to you, "Oh yeah, well, you know, it's good to see you, boy, and you come back soon, and and he singles out you, Gaius. He says, come back anytime next week.
Why not
I'll
now?
have And he says,
Are you thick?
he gestures around and goes,
Yes.
because the carnival is closed.
All right. Sorry. Bye.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
go see this king then, shall we?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
do it. King of shit.
King Sanchez.
That's what I say.
I-
Kenny.
I always fancy myself a king myself, King Canny.
Yeah, I reckon you could do it.
Yeah.
Big
Who-
kingly like fellow, aren't you?
Who's
Oh,
going to
you-
stop me, eh?
Can't
The
all
emperor
we need
would.
to do is bump
The
off this
emperor
fellow, and then you can take the
relish
crown.
your command
That's an idea.
over in an area like this.
Then I could be a gang lord.
Nothing
I
beats
could be a
exercise.
smuggler.
Nothing.
Smuggling
My favorite thing.
justice for the emperor. I hope, Kenny.
Yeah, for the emperor.
Eh,
I believe.
From fusty smugglers to crusty jugglers.
That's right, Kenny. For the emperor, you must
Yeah.
protect.
I'm a holy man. That's what everyone says about me.
Well, I see no holes in
There's a man who keeps his prayers.
Kenny. I see a man who likes to fight and a man who likes to dine.
Man who likes blood.
Blood for the emperor. No. Let's go and see this. Let's go and see this King Sanchez, shall we?
Yes, blood for the emperor, Kenny. Blood for the emperor.
Blood for the emperor. Skulls for the golden throne.
Cause for the golden throne. Heresy. Anyway, no. Let's have a drink.
Okay, right. So, Chopper, Baz, and the five of you head out of the carnival. You head back to the elevator shaft through which you came originally, and rise up over the next half hour or so. At the top of the shaft, you make your way back out into the mid-hive proper and head towards your vehicle. And Baz waves you and says, "No, mate, no, come this way. Be quicker." And he points to a set of stairs that lead up to a platform, and then you can see a series of rickety-looking bridges
It's a trap.
spanning up into the upper hive.
It's a trap.
So
It's a fucking trap.
you're
I
a
can see the
trap.
vehicle.
What
I can see the vehicle.
what
The
what
vehicle's there. Why not just go to the vehicle? Wow,
do as you're told, guys. Come on.
What?
What sort of bribe are we looking for, Baz?
What sort of what? Sorry.
You said there was a bribe to be paid to these enforcers.
He says,
How much are we
Up
looking?
there. He points to the end of this series of bridges towards a light that you can see on the hive wall quite high up. He says, "Up there is a mag rail station. We get in there. We give a bit of coin to the guards, about 15 phones each. They'll let us through. From there, it's a short ride to the workers' house.
You lead the way then, Baz.
Come on then." And he sets off across the bridge and up these rickety stairs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
It takes almost an hour to reach the top of these stairs
Right, I'll follow.
And walk along all these different platforms, working your way up the inside of this section of the inner hive, the lower hive. Eventually, Chopper leads you into this lit archway, and you see before you a mag rail station, clearly not designed for passengers. And you watch as bulky cargo servitors haul crates onto a waiting carriage, overseen by a number of sanctuaries. A tall fence stands between you and the mag train. Chopper heads over towards the gate in the fence, where a dozen or so sanctuaries stand guard. They watch cautiously as you approach. One of them steps forward and addresses Copper and says, "All right, Chopper, you got company?" Chopper says, Yeah, cousins. They come to visit for the day." The sanctuary hefts his rifle and goes, "Of course they are. They got the coin. Deal only covers for you." And Chopper says, Yeah, sure. They're good for it. You're good for it, ain't you, cousins?" The sanctuary opens the gate, heads towards you, looking carefully at each one of you. And he approaches. Sorry, wrong dice. He approaches you first, Siegfried. And he holds out his hand and goes, 15 thrones.
I'll give it to him.
Okay, so knock 15 thrones off your character sheet. He pockets that and he moves over to Canny and just holds his hand out.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, you pay your 15 thrones. He heads
Yep.
to Gaius and holds his hand out.
I pay it.
You pay it, so knock 15 thrones off your character sheet. Therinus and Spring both mimic him. Mimic you, sorry. You notice that Baz doesn't pay. And then the officer steps aside and holds the door for you and gestures towards the waiting cargo train.
Cheers, officer.
Thank you, my good man.
Baz says, Yeah, cheers, Kev. Come on. And he begins to lead you towards the train.
Okay, let's head off.
Okay. The mag train travels through the lower reaches of the mid-hive for about 45 minutes, never stopping, before eventually it emerges out of the hive wall and begins to spiral up around the outside of the huge bulk of Desolium City. It makes 2-3 ponderous orbits of the city, screeching along the rail as it corkscrews up and around the rusted, sun-scorched hull of the mid-hive. As a cargo train, however, there are no windows. You sit amongst crates in a darkened carriage, faint glows coming from the eyes of Siegfried and Canny. Do you both have contact lenses? I can't
I
remember.
do. I've got a
Yeah,
phone
I do,
contact,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chopper stares at
I do as well.
Gaius. Oh, you do as well, so your eyes are glowing in the dark as well. Chopper sits opposite you in the darkness, Gaius, and he says to you, "Not from Desoleum, are you?"
No.
And he looks at Siegfried and says, "Nor him. It's the accent. Dead giveaway."
Oh, very perceptive.
Well, you're fucking clever, aren't you?
He just
God,
sits
man.
and grins at you. Eventually, the mag train comes to a stop. Baz drags open the heavy steel door, and you find yourself in a large cargo bay. You watch as a team of servitors, stevedores, and even a bulky sentinel cargo lifter begin unloading crates from the carriages behind you, starting at the rear of the train and working towards your position. Baz looks at you all and grins and says, "Now, follow me." You peer around at the cargo yard as you hop down from the train. A large fence surrounds the area, and you see multiple large storage containers, a small office, and even one or two freight conveyances idling in corners of the yard. "Psst, come on," Baz whispers, and you see him darting off towards the west, disappearing behind a large crate. You round the crate where you saw Baz disappear and see a hole in the fence, large enough for a man to squeeze through. Baz grins at you from the shadows beyond the fence. "Back door," he says.
Is this where he is? Is it Chops?
He says, "It's not far. It's not far. Little walk.
I'm
I think
gonna
10 feet."
I'm gonna turn to Spring.
Okay.
Oh, do us a favor, would you, Spring? Just you trust me, don't you?
She looks you up and down and goes, "Yeah, yeah, of course I do, Kenny. Yeah, 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 you know I trust you. You know I trust you. I got your back. You got my back. We're all good. We're all good, ain't we?" Ha ha.
I'm gonna bring out some. I'm gonna bring out the lichen.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, rub this into your Mohican.
And she takes it. Make a fellowship test with a +20. She looks at you a bit funny for a minute and then looks at the lich and just sort of goes, starts rubbing it in. And it's still pink at the base and on the scalp, but about halfway up the spikes. It's good 6-7 inches tall, this Mohican. About half of it is now glowing bright green in the dark.
Oh, it's much better.
She sort of tries to look at it and grins at you and goes, "Hey." And you
Anyone got a mirror?
No.
make an awareness test, Al,
Okay.
please.
Sight, I guess.
Yeah. You notice as she's doing this that her pupils are fucking like moons.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
We absorbs with the hair follicle.
Sorry.
Absorbs with the hair follicles.
Well, I didn't think it was intoxicating, but maybe I should have just had more. Or maybe she's had something else before. I don't know, but I think it's probably this stuff. Right.
Maybe she's nicked off me.
Well, her
I
hair is
realised
glowing
it.
neon.
Yeah, yeah.
Something
It is.
must be happening there.
Right. Let's
The
carry on, then,
pupils
guys.
glow.
Baz leads you away from the cargo yard through the hole in the fence, through a shadowy industrial area. Factorums belch smoke and flame into the mid-hive air, and you can feel the grease and filth settling on your skin. After around 10 minutes of wandering along in Baz's wake, you round a corner and see a bustling section of the mid-hive before you. Grey-skinned fabbed workers in drab uniforms line the streets of what is clearly a recreation district. Shops, bars, and clubs compete for attention with large, gaudy neon signs, and you spy sanctuaries patrolling here and there, keeping an eye on the populace. Baz leads you into the sea of people and begins heading towards a large queue of people waiting to be let into an unmarked door. The queue seems to be comprised of men and women from not only the mid-hive, but one or two younger members of the nobility too, most of which are surrounded by thick-set men in heavy armor. Baz strides towards the front of the queue, and then you recognize the man on the door and his hulking ogren companion. You've been here before, you realize. It is the entrance to the exclusive club known as Ludmilla's Den.
Ah.
Baz steps towards the man on the door, and you see him look around Baz at you and eye you warily. They exchange a few words. The man looks around Baz at you again, then nods his head, waves towards you all with one hand, and gestures to the ogren with the other. The ogren lumbers away towards the door of Ludmilla's Den and holds the door open. The first few people in the front of the queue begin to move towards the entrance, and the ogren barks out, "Know them!" and points at you. The small group of people freeze in fear. Baz grins at you and begins heading towards the club's entrance. As the people in the queue begin to complain, you hear yells and accusations of queue jumping. And the doorman says, "Invites take priority. You take issue with this, you can fuck off." You step inside Ludmilla's Den. Inside the club, the huge ogren leads you through a dimly lit entrance into a slightly narrower corridor. You can hear the bass, heavy thud of music coming from deeper within the building. Two men step forwards towards you. Standing either side of an elaborate archway, they both cradle heavy shotguns in their hands. A third man steps forward with a large metal box, which he places before you on a table. "Check your weapons, please, sirs," he says. Baz drops his shotgun into the box and turns towards you expectantly.
All right.
No, no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'll just get my weapons out and hold them in.
Okay. I'm going to take out. I'm going to take out Missy, Meat Hammer, and 3 frag grenades. But then my hand's going to go to Molly, and I'm going to, be reluctant, and I'm not, I'm not going to put Molly into the tray.
Where is Molly?
I don't know. I mean, where would she live?
Is Molly?
That's my main meat cleaver.
That's
The
your main
one that I've got. I'm kind of obsessed.
In my head, I either have it hanging from your belt on a hook or in some sort of sheath on your belt. That's where I imagine it would be.
Yeah, maybe. I've not considered this before. Part of me wants 2 meat cleavers on my back, but no, I think you're probably right. We'll have it hanging down the side, Dave.
Okay, so if you dither over Molly, the guard looks towards the cleaver, holding the box, and he just gestures to you, sir, and says, "All the weapons, please."
I'm gonna pick her up and pull her to my chest. But you better look after her, right? You better look after her. If she's not just how I left it, you'll be in fucking trouble.
He says, "Sir, my job is not only to gather weapons, but also to ensure their protection and return to their rightful owners."
Yeah, well, you better. And I'm going to stroke Molly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, baby. And I hand her over.
Gaius, are you handing in all your weapons?
Weapon love.
Was something like hand my arm as well.
I'm going to. You should have had a grenade in your turban. What the fuck? You should have done it. I'm going to turn to guys. I'm going to say, they can't take these away from me. And I'm going to raise my fist.
Right. So what I'm gonna do?
Yes, me too.
Don't fuck it up. I'm off for a slash.
What should I do? What should I do? I'm gonna give all but my mall and tell them it's ceremonial. No,
Which
what am I gonna
mall? The
give it?
power mall or the rune mace?
The roommates tell them it's ceremonial, and I cannot give it up. There's little corrupts in it, but it touches it.
Make some sort of fellowship test. What have you got skills in fellowship? Have you got charm or anything like that?
I am an emotional spanker, as Gaius.
You've only
So
got
I do not
inquiry,
have
haven't you?
any-
Yeah,
Yeah, all I'm
so-
good for is like barking at people.
Give me a half fellowship test. I know it's a long shot.
Oh well, I don't mind. It's a long shot. Do it anyway.
Oh, that was so close, man. You needed like what 16, 17 to pass. You were so close.
You can give me some reward.
Well, your reward is that you're not going to get assaulted by everyone in the area. But
Good.
basically, the guy says to you, the policy is no weapons. I take no issue with your ceremonial weapon, but it is not allowed in the club. I'm sorry.
Should have had a grenade in the turban. Should have had a grenade in the turban.
Right.
Leanne,
Alright.
you get me a beer? Thank you. Okay, so are you handing in your rune mace as well, Hayden, or are you not going in?
I'm not going.
Okay, so you get all your weapons back, and you're asked to leave the club.
Fuck it. I'll give my all weapons over and I'll join him.
Okay,
As a
so you
joke.
change your mind again. but your
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just said I just thought.
Thank you. The Hayden of indecision. Ah,
I know.
I have broken him finally. All right.
Right. That's the challenge.
You eventually all head inside. Ferinus and Spring both put all their weapons in, following your lead. Inside the club are around 200 people, even this early in the afternoon.
I start to bop my head to the music.
They sit in small groups, congregate around bars, sit in alcoves. Most of them take up the large open space designed as a dance floor. They dance and writhe along to the thudding music. Baz follows the huge ogre around the perimeter of the room towards a staircase cordoned off by a thick rope. As you approach, one or two guards standing by the rope unfasten it, allowing you access to the staircase, and you ascend behind the ogre and find yourselves before a door, which the ogre knocks on twice and then enters without waiting instruction. You follow him inside and find yourself presented with a small office, and although the room itself appears rather shabby, the wooden floors scuffed and faded, the furnishings themselves are high quality. A large desk of dark wood stands over by the far wall, seated behind which is a man dressed in a well-tailored suit. Telltale bulges of augmetic cabling stand out from beneath his scalp, which is shaved on one side, the other side of his head clustered in dense, curly, dark hair. He watches you as you approach. He picks some small delicacy from a glass bowl and pops it into his mouth and crunches noisily. He takes a second delicacy and drops it into the tank that stands beside him. Immediately, a creature appears in the water in the tank, darting out rapidly from a small alcove, and you get a brief glimpse of claws and tentacles. The creature snatches the treat and vanishes back into its alcove. "All right, King, I brought the fellas I was on about," says Chopper Baz. The man turns from his fish tank. His rugged, handsome face, olive-skinned, is impassive as he looks over each of you. A single long braid of his dark hair hangs over one side of his face, and a thin goatee surrounds his mouth. He appears very well dressed, at least compared to most of the other people that you have encountered in the Midhive. And he says, "So I see, Baz." And he steps towards you, looks each of you up and down, and says, "You can go, Baz. Have a drink on the house." No, I'm all right. Thanks, King Sanchez. I'll stay. And King Sanchez steps towards him and says, "It was not a request, Baz."
Oh, fuck
Baz's
off, Baz.
smile drops. And he says, right you are. Think I'll have a little drink or something." And then he backs out the way that you came, closing the doors behind you. The sound of the music begins to drop, becomes muffled. The man looks at you all and smiles and says, "Baz is a good man, reliable. Ships plenty of stock, but that is about the limit of his usefulness. I see no benefit from having him here. You," and he approaches you, Canny, and reaches into his pocket and draws out his hand with a huge cigar, pops it in his mouth and lights it, and says, "You must be Canny, the one who lived in the carnival, no?"
Kenny of the Carnival.
Indeed, and you must be King. Nice to make your acquaintance, Mr. King.
Chopper tells me that you are a long-term customer of his. He considers you a friend. This makes you a long-term customer of mine, too.
Oh, well, it sounds like I owe you my thanks then.
Yes, but a friend? No, you are not a friend of mine. Not yet,
No.
at least.
I'm interested to propose more of a business arrangement than a friendship. Perhaps some mutually beneficial arrangement.
Mm, yes. Baz tells me that you came to him asking to meet with his supplier. Mm. Ordinarily, this is as far as you would have got. But Baz told me a little about you. A former pit fighter, whisked away from your home by a mysterious woman, only to return later with new friends. Interesting people from interesting worlds. I find myself intrigued. And he steps closer to you, right in your face, about a foot away, and says, "You speak with the accent of the Underhive, but no one from down here gets to be this size." And he touches your chest with his hand. He says, "Living the way those poor wretches do. You perhaps grew up down there, this much I believe. But that is not where you were born, no?"
Yeah, I mean, there's no getting anything over on you. I just hang on a sec. Honestly, can't remember what the name of my home world is.
I'll be honest, Al. I forgot to make a note of it.
No, I've got it. I've got it somewhere. Just give us a sec. Approximately.
And to be fair, when Dave asked me to do my sin last time, so ask him what my homeworld was as well.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I fucked it. Man, that's right. Yeah, I'm from Offworld originally. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember much of it, but so I do remember the inside of a plexiglass tank. I remember that and being up to my neck in liquid. I remember that. But yeah, I'm not from Desalim originally, but I've been here most of my life. Yes, I consider Desalim my home.
He nods and then moves on. And he steps before Siegfried and says, "And you, my good fellow, your posture, from where do you hail?"
A little planet called Granathor, you may have heard of it.
He nods briefly and goes, refined, clearly from wealth. I can hear it in the inflection in your voice. King Sanchez likes this. I too am a refined gentleman. I too am not from Desilium. But I was not born of wealth like you. Everything I have earned. This is important to me. Earning your place. My children, they will not be given all I have should I die. They must earn it first. Do you understand what I am saying?
I believe I do.
Oh, I've remembered. I've come from the flesh markets of Cincinnati 6. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that, seeing as it's an important part of my character.
And he turns to you and says, I am familiar with such places.
You ever heard of the splicers?
Those who take flesh and form it into other design.
They made me the man I am today.
Intriguing.
Do you want me to ask any? Are you going to ask me anything?
He strides over to you guys as you say this and says, your dark skin, darker than most hivers. You are from somewhere warmer, but I do not recognize the accent. Where are you from?
47 Capilla, born and raised in Camp One, and I spent most of my days sort of relaxing at the color.
He says, this place I have heard of. There is a war there, no? A holy crusade. It is a place that is hard to get into and even harder to get out of.
You don't want to go there. Just me. Hello.
Oh, I
Anyway,
do.
It's,
And he turns to... Sorry.
So, I was going to say, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go there, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. He agrees with you and says, no, this is not a place I would like to venture.
Mr. King, I don't suppose you got another one of them cigars, do you?
Make a fellowship test. The plus 20. Charm or whatever, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
He says, he reaches into his pocket, smiles, and steps towards you and says, for a fellow scum of the Underhive, I would give anything. And holds out the cigar to you. And it is huge.
Yeah, this is the first and perhaps the only time I've ever had one of these, so I'm going to give it a sniff.
You would definitely have never had one of these before.
Yeah, and I'm going to light it up and nod my head to him.
It is smooth. It is relaxing. It is everything a cigar should be and more. If it had hands, it would toss you off right now, but it doesn't. But it is a fucking good cigar.
The old jerk off.
old cigar jerk. Yeah. Hell
No,
yeah.
jerk off Sacorium. The
Fair enough.
Sacorium.
What? Shit.
Straight from
can't think of it.
Bacatorium. From Manufactorium.
King Sanchez turns towards Theranos and walks over to him and says, "You, a big man. You have the look of the guard about you. Darker than the big man over there." And he points at Gaius and says, "Another hot world, I guess." Theranos smirks and says, "Nah, mate, Clove, Hive World. Look like this place. They alter us, inject us with something that darkens the skin, stops us burning up in the sun." And Sanchez says, "Really, that is most fancy for a guardsman." And then he crosses the spring and says, "And you, little girl, so pale, so thin, would I be wrong to think you were born on a void ship?" Spring says nothing and just stares at Sanchez expressionately. And then he stops, stands, turns to you all and says, "Forgive me, a little hobby of mine. I have traveled far within Calexis. I like to get a measure of the people I may choose to work with. And you can tell much about someone from where they are from."
Do you like my answer?
Who knows?
Mr. King, shall we approach some business?
Indeed, the business. And he leads you over to a corner of his club, into a little alcove, sits in a corner, gestures for you to sit.
Well,
come over, dressed in scanty leaves.
Huh?
Whoops. What are you doing? Are you joining him in the booth,
Yeah.
Siegfried?
I will sort of I'll sit sort of just across the way and sort of take out an IO stick.
Okay, Gaius.
Off to the bar.
Okay, you wander off to the bar. The large ogrin that followed you all in stands at the head of the table and just glowers at those of you that sit in the booth. One of Sanchez's men takes a few steps over towards Gaius, doesn't approach him, just watching him at the bar. And King Sanchez sits, crosses his legs, folds his hands onto his knee, and looks at you all and says, "You seek me out, these gentlemen from other worlds, looking to trade. This strikes me as unusual. You can buy your drugs from bars or any number of narco dealers in the hive, but you choose to seek me out. This is curious."
Well, to be straight with you, if I only wanted narcotics, then Chopper Baz would be sufficient. But I have much grander plans. I have much
That's
greater ideas than simple drug deals.
That's right, Kenny. We have to ask to get
We-
hold of any alternative contraband, eh?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a few things that I think we may be of interest to one another. What if I told you that I had a safe house, a place where you could store things and nobody could get to them, a place that perhaps even you could stay and you would be totally protected?
You are talking of an arrangement of discretion.
Perhaps if we have access to a place that could not be infiltrated or taken by any others. If you had any wares, for example, it would be much safer there than in a typical warehouse. No one can get into this safe house without the lady's permission. Nobody. And you have my oath on that. And I'm going to bring my hand to my oath cog and just touch it slightly as I make my oath.
And what would I want to be involved in your safe house for? What can you offer me besides safe harbor for imagined?
Well, that was
Unlimited
yeah.
lifetime of blowjobs.
I'm not saying that. There's that's just the tip of the iceberg. What we're looking for, my lady, what my lady is looking for, access to all sorts of things. We need a person who knows people, a person who can get things. We need medical supplies, food, fresh fruit, weaponry, ammo. We need all sorts of things.
Blowjobs.
We don't need blowjobs. This is a business arrangement. And what do we offer apart from a potential safe house? We offer raw, hard currency.
Yes.
And to perhaps sweeten
Raw, hard currency.
raw, hard blowjobs. And
Didn't
the
say
other
that.
thing we may be able to offer, which you may not be able to get anywhere else, is a particular type of power cell. And I'm going to. Does anyone have this fucking spec? I'm going to kind of relay the spec at all. I've got.
No, I don't think so.
tech
No.
use. I've got crappy tech use.
No, Otto's
I've
not
got
here.
tech use.
You'd know.
I've
No,
got tech use.
I don't think anyone would know it other than Vanetta.
It's we could offer a proper power cell that we took from a fucking major foundry. Serious power. Now, surely that's got to be of interest.
He looks at you for a moment, and I'm just going to have a wee.
Ah.
What's with the blowjobs, dude? What?
Lifetime supply of blowjobs.
Eater. The Sin Eater.
Oh, the sin eater, the cum eater.
I just thought it was funny.
It was. It was funny. It was just. It was unexpected, is what it was. It was like,
It's a
we're going to a trade for cum.
You do this.
Who's giving these blowjobs? to this guy, okay?
Lifetime supply.
Uh,
Kenneth's a gladiator. I'm sure he can battle with it.
You're the one who brought it up. I thought you were the one who was volunteering yourself.
Oh no! You're the man who likes to hold the gauntlet.
It's funny when you started saying that. I was like, you said that. I just imagine Gaia dropping to his knees, making the sign of the Aquila, and just going.
The Emperor sucks off.
Oh no! The priest in him would set someone else on the holy journey for him.
They really did a number on you, didn't they, guys?
Honestly, I have to say, Gaius has gone totally away from my mental image of Gaius. He's gone full Dick Pinch. He's gone full circle to Dick Pincher.
It's not bad. It's what happens when the corruption seeps in.
The corruption of Sandy. Yeah, dear.
I know. Maybe it's where I'm at.
He's taken all our sins.
Where is that? It all comes back to Pincher. We're just discussing Dave. We're just discussing the logistics of these lifetime free supply blowjobs that Aiden's offering. We're just trying to get into the nitty gritty specifics of how
it's
go down, and we'll.
I mean, how do you measure that? How do you measure a lifetime supply of blowjobs for a start?
Well, surely his lifetime, I guess. So.
I mean, is it just one person that gives these blowjobs? Because
Well,
you know, if
the
you've got
devil
a
is
high
detail,
libido,
If they
high
die,
libido,
how
you
is it
could
a lifetime supply?
could want a good 5 or 6 blowjobs a day, and that's going to cause some serious problems for the neck and jaw of the person giving them.
Must have been cybernetically
Depending on girth, of course.
I volunteer Jeeves. Get Jeeves. We can reprogram Jeeves to sort this out, can't we?
Jeeves is going to give the blowjobs. Oh shit! Hang on.
Yeah,
he-
we'll
he's
all have
truthful
our like
enough.
cyber thieves. You know, remember like Brunhilde.
My goodness, what have we become?
Sorry.
Dark
Yeah,
heresy.
you invited me to the party, so yeah, brought the level down past it should have been. Can't help myself.
It's getting darker.
Darker heresy.
Yeah.
This. Okay, are we ready to go
Yeah,
on?
yeah. I think we're ready to continue.
King
Surely
San-
no one can resist such a tempting offer, Mr.
King
King.
Sanchez looks at you, Canny, and says, I will not pry into your business, but I also have no reason to trust you.
No,
Trust,
of course not.
trust, like respect, should never be given freely. It is a powerful tool, and like all tools, can be a weapon in the wrong hands. So, Canny, tell me, why should I trust you?
Well, everyone says I'm a trustworthy kind of guy, and I'll tell you why you should trust me. I'm willing to exchange solemn oaths with you. The fate of the Oathbringer, the Oathbreaker, is death. You know that. Everyone at Desolium knows that. I'll swear my oaths to you, and you to me. But I am only an emissary. It is the lady of the house who must ratify any agreement. It is it is my lady Antonia who must finalize any agreement between us. I do not have the full authority. But I will give you my oath that everything I've said has been honest and true, here and now. And I'll touch my hand again to my oath cog.
King Sanchez stands behind his desk, opens a drawer, looks in it for a moment, and then closes it, and then looks back at you, Canny, and says, I am not from Desolium, but I understand what this means to you, this gesture. I cannot, in good conscience, reciprocate. But if I choose to work with you, if I choose to supply the things you need, what do you offer in trade for this?
All those, I thought I made myself very, very clear. Raw, hard currency is what we have. We have a safe house that cannot be breached
No,
by
no,
any kind. What do I offer?
no. Wealth is temporary.
What do I offer?
Well,
I offer
can you-
blood. Blood.
I'm just
You
going
want me
to
to prove myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my meat cleaver and realize it's not there. And I offer blood. I'm going to like wave my imaginary meat cleaver towards them and go, I will offer blood.
he
Tell me what you need.
he stands watching you do this opposite the desk and just leans gently on his desk, and his smile spreads and says, they told me you were a feisty one.
I'm going
Well-
to basically. Sorry, yeah.
Go on,
I'm
Charlie.
just gonna lean forward and say we can offer you permanent solutions to any problems that you may encounter during your business transactions. And then I'm just gonna stub out my cigarette and just look him in the eye meaningfully.
And he points at you, Siegfried, and goes, this one understands.
Yeah. Permanent solutions. That's the name of Siegfried, isn't he? Siegfried, Permanent Solutions, von Morton.
I like this name, Permanent Solutions. Wealth
So
can be obtained by any number of means. The coin I would make from dealing with you is insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I have spent my life scraping the gutter for coin, scrounging for scraps. It has taken me a long time to get where I am, and I have more coin than I could ever possibly need now. And yet, I am still so far down in this shithole city, I may as well be in the gutter. I have plans, and to carry out these plans, I need people I can trust, people that have no link to me.
What,
My
who
trust.
what are you calling this a shithole city? What do you mean shithole city?
Canny.
He gestures around you, and you see, um, although this club is quite fancy and brightly lit and high tech, in the flashes of light you can see the filth on the walls. And you remember walking down the streets and seeing the piles of rubbish on the streets and the homeless people. And you've realised that, yeah,
It's a step up from the deep underhive, though, is it or not?
but is it?
Is
Because
it?
in the deep underhive, everyone had a place and everyone looked out for each other. And if someone was wounded, they would be fed and clothed and looked after by other people. But here in the midhive, it's far more mercenary than that. It seems pretty fucking shit. Everyone's out for themselves here. No one helps each other.
All right. Yeah. We might be interested in such arrangement, but as I say, the lady is the one who makes the decisions.
He takes a sip of his thick, dark liquid in this glass before him and says, "This lady, then, I would like to meet. I would like to ask her to earn my trust as I earn hers. Provide to me the services that I would be distanced from. I am most generous towards those who show me loyalty. If you are interested, and if your mistress is interested, there is a man. His name is Rudolf Gustav. He lives in the Midhive, in the Wenderlock. He claims to have evidence of my sins and expects me to pay him a lot of money to not go running to those who would use such evidence against me. I do not take kindly to threats. You find this man, this Rudolf Gustav, find the evidence he claims to have, and then get rid of him. Do this for me,
Don't worry.
and I will be grateful."
Yeah, don't worry. I swear my
Yeah,
solemn oath, we will do this for you.
I will absorb your sins.
Yeah.
And you will
As you
know
say that,
more.
Gaius, he looks at you and cocks an eyebrow and says, "Will you now tell me, what do you know of sin?"
And I'm gonna raise a bit of my shirt up and show that
Okay.
a bit of my body, just so you get,
Um,
my scar and everything.
second. He looks at your scarred back and side and says, "They are most pretty, yes."
Anyway, I'll leave it at that and crack on. Does he know anything about this other cylinder?
This other cylinder, sorry.
Mm.
The other orb, I think.
This cylinder we're out to collect and look for.
If you want to ask him about such things, you can ask him
And
about such
Seraph.
things.
We need to ask about Seraph and the cylinder. I'm just going to walk in with the computer. If you two want to try do that for me, why just do that?
I don't know. I honestly don't think he's going to know anything about Seraph or the Black Orb. I think
No, probably not.
it's horses for courses, I think, and I don't think that's the right horse to back.
No, not this
Yeah,
time.
fair enough.
Yeah, we're still, building up a little mini relationship that way.
So Dave, where was the? Siegfried's probably got better memory than I have.
Yeah.
Where was this Rudolf Gustav located? The lock, was it?
In an area of the city called the Wendell Lock,
Oh, yeah.
in the Mid-Hive.
Consider it done, Mr. King. I've sworn my solemn oath there should be no need for anything further to be said.
He nods and smiles at you and says, "Once you have this evidence and Gustav is dealt with, return here. Ask at the bar for Judy. Give her the evidence. Gustav has given me this ultimatum: 4 days to pay him, or he takes this evidence to the sanctuaries. Deal with him before then, and you will have my thanks."
I bow my head.
Drinking.
Take another drag from my luxurious cigar.
Okay. I'm gonna I'll cock my hat I'm wearing. So
Right then, if there's nothing else, then we'll be about our way.
Yeah, thank you very much, my lady. Thank you for your time.
As you all leave, Spring kind of skips out the door and goes, "See you later, Mr. King." You step out of King's Boots, walk back through Ludmilla's den and out onto the street. And a large queue of people is still there, and the people at the front are the same people that were there when you first entered.
Do we
And
get
they
our
look
weapons
pissed
back?
off. Oh yeah, you get your weapons back on the way out as well.
yeah.
They look pissed off as you walk back out, and they head towards the door, and the Ogrin follows you out of the door and steps before them and goes, "We're at occupancy." The women start to complain. The men start to complain that the women are complaining. It's all starting to go wrong in the queue. It's about 7 p.m. in the Mid-Hive in the Workers' House district. And that's where we'll leave it.